All right, we are live. Yeah, there we go. All right. Well, we don't need to record. Give me a couple seconds. Let's get my tech set up. Then I'm going to do an intro for people that are watching the VOD. I'm going to try and keep this one up as a VOD is the plan. Just get my tech going. Everything looks good. All right. Is my timer working? Yeah, it's working. CS timer working. Oh, yeah, it's working. All right. There we go. Come on, this one. There we go. Perfect. Chat is here. Yo, what's up, chat? Let me move my... Can't read that well. Let me know if the microphone's in an okay spot after I move it. I'm going to leave it right here, but let me know if it's not great. You're dead for real. I feel like a parent sometimes when I'm like thinking about there's a lot of this stuff. All right. Is the exclamation point is the exclamation mark point exclamation is the exclamation equal sign not universally understood? My bad. I thought it was distraction does not equal extra. Is that not a thing that people know of? I don't know. Maybe my bad then. This is one I've been yelling at kids about distractions not being extras for literally, I have a distinct memory, 9 years ago, 2017 Nationals. So it's been a long time. Okay, if you're on the VOD, the pinned comment will have my main kind of thesis letter / a link to the millisecond clip, but I'll just read out everything here because there's been two discussions going on, basically like, one about how extras are requested in the sense that like the procedure for requesting an extra doesn't make sense, and then separately, almost more controversially, is what constitutes an extra. And so that is the thing that my opinion and most, I think, at least the older cubers and the more accomplished cubers agree on, is that extras are given out way too frequently nowadays. And so I'll just read my main statement. The concept of the extra has been wildly distorted with time. Over the years, the extra has become commonplace, something that numerous competitors expect to receive whenever they claim to be distracted. This results in wildly unequal conditions, as the extra is naturally a significantly unfair event. Giving mulligans to competitors based on their mental state unfairly rewards those who have a poor competitive mindset. This needs to change. It is the competitor's responsibility to handle the competition environment. This includes distractions. Not letting distractions affect you is part of the skill of competing, and whether or not a solver was affected by a distraction should have no bearing on if an extra is warranted. Competitors should not be rewarded with the safety net of an extra because they do not possess the mental resilience required for successful competition performance. Especially during a major championship final, excited reactions and cheers from the crowd are expected. Competitors must be able to maintain their composure in this environment if they want to succeed in the biggest stage. While competitors are not entitled to a distraction-free environment, they should not be impacted by incidents that are clearly not part of the standard competition experience. This will vary from competition to competition, but includes things like judging errors, significant lighting issues, fire alarms, physical disturbances, and reactions and cheering from adjacent competitors or the crowd that are excessive in the context of the competition. These incidents should continue to warrant extras. A strict extras policy that is independent of the competitor's reaction also allows delegates to be better arbiters of extra-worthy events. They only need to assess the incident in the context of the competition rather than evaluating how it affected the competitor. Furthermore, this policy maintains the integrity of the sport, making sure everyone competes on the same scrambles under similar conditions while rewarding those who are skilled competitors. If you are worried by this sentiment, I would recommend practicing in competition-like environments. Mental game is a skill, and it is a critical part of performing at a top level and being an accomplished speedcuber. If you spend less time worrying about if a distraction was extra-worthy and more time focused on competing well in competitive environments, you will see better results. Which, I don't think is too crazy, but I know people won't love it. So, that's what we did at Worlds and Cubing USA All-Stars. Like, it's kind of like a mixed bag of how people view this, I think. I think just cube is good enough, smooth enough to put in the robot. Probably do one solve on it. But like, yeah, it's just like, I mean, it boils down to a skill issue. Like, be good, like, mental game is a skill. You don't mess up your PLL and get an extra. You don't mess up your mental game and get an extra. It's very similar. Hey, what's up? UDev, yeah. But yeah, distraction, if it's like, just because you got distracted doesn't mean you get an extra. Like, if you have a weak mental game, like someone sneezing on the other side of the room could be a distraction, which is obviously not going to be, like, it's like, where are we doing? Like, whether or not you're distracted is part of the skill of competing, and so it's not something that should be warranting a mulligan. Okay, what am I doing? Okay, we're also going to cube a little bit. You know, I got a comp next weekend. I've been cubing a little bit. I took like 10 days off. I've been like, it's like now that I have the avenues to be more like ambitious, not even ambitious. I have the avenues to be more, to take meaningful action on some of these topics. Like, it's not like the extra thing is something that like I just learned about and was really bothering me. It was more like the extras thing is something that I've been like annoyed about for. This is one of those things where like it's funny because people are like, oh wow, like Kevin's got a lot of gripes with like how things are run in the WCA, which to an extent is true, but like it's not because like, it's because I have a lot of gripes with things just being done incorrectly in general, and I'm like, the concepts around extras that a lot of the competitors, the ideas that a lot of the competitors have about extras, I'm like definitely on. I think most organizers are probably apathetic / should be very happy to stop giving out extras, because just from a logistical perspective as an organizer, it's a total nightmare. So this one I'm very like, yeah, please, if you want to have a stronger extra policy and you're worried about competitors like complaining about it, you can reference them to me personally, and I will talk to people. And I promise I'll be nice. I actually will. I have a pretty strong public stance on things, but I also understand that like when I'm in a one-on-one situation with people nowadays, I try to understand like a lot of the. I think a lot of the policies so far have done a disservice to. Like when you're in a post-COVID world where extras are more standard and expected, like you just get used to them, and then like you don't ever build that muscle of mental fortitude, and so like then you're like shocked when it changes, and so yeah, like it's something that you need to work on. But like I also sympathy for the fact that like you haven't been told to work on it ever, and now it's like all of a sudden it's like it's really important, and like that's not really your fault in the same way. It's like it is something that's gonna like needs to change, and like you're gonna have to get better at that. But also I understand that like you're like, no, this has always been the status quo, and it's like it's not your fault that the status quo is bad. All right, let's. What button is this? I built a little case for this thing, but it didn't turn out that well. I redid the wiring, but I 3D printed the case. It ended up like I was like, I'm 3D printing case, so it'll look nice. It's fine. It was honestly like doesn't really change much. I was like, I don't know if this is worth. I don't know if it's better or not. Because I was just like, let's just get to this to the point where like it works pretty well. For the robot, I mean, I mean it does, but like I don't think when I built the case and such, I don't think it had any like tangible improvement. Which you know, it do be how it be doing. Alright, unlist the video. Oh, shoot, I forgot to unlist the YouTube video. That's what I forgot to do. My channel content. YouTube Studio. Content. Unlisted. Public. There we go. Public. Is the chip ARM? I don't know. What does ARM mean in this context? My electrical engineering is very bad. Very bad. I know just enough. I know just enough to get this thing to work. Very interesting. Okay, so I did everything I was gonna do. Okay, unlisted the video, pinned the comment, I posted on Instagram, I started the stream, and the last thing I have to do is after the stream is changed pinned comment. Changed pinned comment. Cool. That's all I have to do today. Awesome. Cool. We're ready. Live streaming. Okay, let's delete this. And we're gonna do a slow. By like, I need to get better at competing. Oh my god, my skills have gone down in the last 6 years. I just need to, like, I have like, now that 6, I'm like plenty fast to get the time I want. Like, I'd like to get like a 117 mean, and I do not need to get any faster to do that. I just need to get better at competing. So I just stop doing just big averages and just do some freaking focus. Do. This is real frustrating. I think the regs don't need change specifically. It's like the regulations right now are very, very delegate discretion, which I think is good because like naturally this is extremely discretion based. The concept of an extra and what warrants an extra is very discretion based and fluctuates from competition to competition. So I do not think we should be like encoding in the regulations like decibel levels for what an extra is. That's ridiculous. But like I think it would be helpful to have guidelines of like this is a suggested way to handle requesting an extra if you have the resources. This is what the WRC considers like, or like what the WCA considers worthy of an extra. Like in general, we should adopt a policy. Like in general, like because like you can't encode this stuff because it's going to be vague. But like there's like statements like if they finish their solve, have more discretion. And you could do something like generally you should use discretion, and the discretion should line up with like is the incident part of the competition experience, as that is the discretion, that is the bar you're using your discretion against, as opposed to just general discretion without any like criteria guidelines, which is naturally vague and naturally hard to be consistent on. And also obviously like this would still be vague, but you could get more consistent results. And then I think a lot of the issues boil down to people's expectations not matching reality, especially recently where like I said this on the millisecond, like the specific instance recently, the Keon incident, like I think there's like at most comps like that would get an extra. And so then the issue like I feel, I'm just guessing, but like presuming that like it's a combination of two things. One, there is like precedent that like stuff like that usually gets granted as an extra, even though I clearly think that should not be an extra. But it's like there is the precedent, so it's not really the competitor's fault that they expect that to be an extra. Like that is what their usual, that's what they're used to. And then also it's like the punishment for requesting an extra invalidly is a DNF, which is way too harsh. Like the punishment for requesting erroneously requesting an extra should be that you have to do your solve while you distracted yourself unnecessarily, which seems like the punishment there would fit the crime much more than like, oh, I had a moment of mental lapse and yeah, I asked for an extra when I really shouldn't have, and like the penalty for that being DNF is very harsh. And so I feel like the main incident is like a result of like if people's expectations match reality, where you tell them beforehand, this is how it is what you're going to expect, this is how you're going to be treated, they know. And then it's not a big deal when something happens and it's followed through. Like I know I was talking to Dylan and he was like, yeah, like at World Semifinals, it was very clear, like on the policies page, 8 months out, it said like you're gonna have to deal with it. We're not giving extras for reasons like regular stuff, like we're not giving extras for things that are part of the round and crowd reactions. And he's like, just knowing you have to deal with it gives you the like you know what to expect. It's no longer like a huge problem because you're not distracting yourself with, well, should that be an extra? Just I need to be on my game, I need to perform well, and then you do. And I think just a little bit of that mindset shift, a lot of keepers will actually find it surprisingly easy that like you're distracting yourself by subconsciously always thinking about whether or not something should be an extra. If you actually really focus, it's actually not that hard. I mean, yeah, in really high pressure scenarios, it gets really hard, but at like a baseline for these small distractions and stuff, like you'll just burn through no problem. Like at 7x7 Final at Worlds, I am sure there was a lot of fanfare going on. I had 3 solves. The first one I know there wasn't because I was like the very first person to go, and so therefore there's no way. I got a 2 flat, so I started at least 15 seconds before anyone else, so there's no way, or anyone else faster. So the first solve is not possible for a good solve to end it before I did because I went early. But I think there was probably the other two, and just like I felt good. I was locked in. Like it's just not. It just how you deal with it. Um, yeah, distractions will be less distracting if you know you can't get an extra. Half the distraction is having the decision in your head. Like exactly. Like if you are thinking about whether or not it's an extra, that's so distracting. Like the times I actually looked it up. I've competed in what was it, 50? Shoot. Let me check real quick. I did the math. I counted. I've competed in 72 major championship finals, and I have requested an extra 0 times, and I've taken an extra once, and that was for a ridiculous. It was not even close. It was like the most. It was well within outside of the normal competition, and even then, it was like offered to me because it was so obvious. And so, like, when you're not thinking about this stuff, when you just like, this is just how it is. I'm just going to go through. It's like it's not distracting. It's much easier to stay focused, and then when something is so outrageous that is clearly outside of the competition experience, you will know without thinking about it. And I was like the one time I took one, I was probably going to ask for one in that case. And I was like, it was so aggressive. I was like, okay, yeah, I wasn't even thinking about ever taking an extra. But I'm like, okay, wait, this is not normal. Yeah, it's probably pretty reasonable. And so that one I know is clear. There's a couple. It's like one of those things where like you know it when you see it. It's very obvious. Like at Worlds we gave out, like when Taman got 31, we did not give out extras. That was pretty. The crowd at Worlds was actually very good. I think the crowd reacted appropriately, where they understood the severity, the seriousness of the event. They understood what was a good time. No one cared that Taman. No one cares that you get one good single because everyone knows you need an average of 5. The crowd's aware that like what level of fanfare is appropriate for the skill of the solve, and so like Taman gets 31, definitely no extra. Like, yeah, it's a good solve, people are happy, but like he is not locked up in average, he's not locked up the win. And then when he either won or broke the world record, and there was a much louder, much more aggressive reaction, we did give out a couple extras, and that I was totally fine with. I think that's even on the world championship stage, that was like people doing well and people winning worlds. I mean, winning, someone's gonna win. So like the reaction to winning is definitively part of the event. And so then but the world record over the like reaction like extra on top of that was a little different. So I was totally fine. I was not the one granting extras at all. I had delegate discretion, and I think Jacob, I'm pretty sure, was the stage lead for most. I think Jacob was personally handling all extra requests. I forget exactly, but I was more than happy with the direction we took. I didn't really have any problems with the way we handled it at Worlds. And I know I saw a couple of complaints of like, oh, it should have been like, oh, some like stuff should have been extra. And it's like, yeah, I think there are little growing pains with. I have sympathy for that in the sense that like you're not used to the policy, and like yes, we did communicate it beforehand, and it was on the website 8 months in advance, but like you just don't have a lot of real world practice with it. You're maybe not as used to it as you would like to be, and so I do have some sympathy for that. Where like, yeah, whenever you're doing something with a little different and it's on such a big stage, it's would be better to have more realistic reps. But at the same time, like you do know this is happening. You should be practicing. Like this is like I was very adamant when we were getting ready for Worlds that the policies be up online well in advance. So like you can't possibly say like I didn't know. It's like these were online in September. You had 9 months to practice for this. Like this is definitely on you, and that was important to where like you can't say your expectations didn't match reality. Like what we did is what we said, and so I think that helped a lot for making things like clearer, less controversial. I think that's just like a huge thing. It's just having communication of like this is what's going to happen, and if you have a valid like tangible reason, we can rediscuss this. But like if your reason is just like I have no mental game and I want an extra, it's like that's just part of the game. That's called sports. When I was D1 tennis player, my main thoughts when something was loud was that they shouldn't be doing that, and not crap, I lost my focus. Yeah, so tennis is actually a good example because I think it's in reference as there are distractions in tennis for like serving and stuff, and like it's very based on the sport and what is considered normal in the environment and what the community has agreed upon is normal. And like tennis is something where the crowd is demanded to be respectful. I know there was actually a pretty high profile incident where one of the players wanted like a crying baby removed, and it's like Yeah, like tennis is something where the crowd reacts, people ooh and ah, especially in longer rallies and big stuff. There's big applause, but like during the points, people are relatively respectful and quiet. Right, they're always respectful, but respect is meant to be quietness during serving and such. And like it was like, well, she shouldn't be asking for the crying baby to be removed. It's like, okay, well, it's not what you think; it's what the tennis community says. And it was like, no, yeah, like this is not appropriate. And so like it very depends, like a crying baby in an NFL stadium is like, who cares? There's like 70,000 people yelling, which is the point. And that would be not appropriate in other sports and appropriate at soccer and NFL and stuff. So like it's very sport dependent. Like, and then I think cubing. I think the world's crowd was actually a very good representative. People were excited. People were respectful of the event. People understood what level of excitement was appropriate. I thought it was solid, and it was very energetic as well, which we do want to go for like the grandioseness and the excitement of the moment. Kevin, this is your mother. I do have a job. Which mini 7x7 YJ or DS? I tried the DS. It was surprisingly turned pretty well, but I mean, it's like a toy. It's so small. Okay, well. Was the world strict policy meant just for finals or no all around? So it was definitely just for finals explicitly that we had the stricter policy. And like, so this is like something that we introduced a worlds for finals of like, also the verbal binding request was for finals specifically. The verbal binding request thing is a little trickier because like you need a competent staff of like, you can't be expecting like a 12-year-old judging someone to be like, yes, yes for an extra, he has to take it. Like that's just not realistic. But you can do that at worlds. And so the stricter policy was definitely mostly in effect for finals. And then since all rounds were a final essentially at All Stars, we did that. And then I think I'm not going to talk for Keeping USA because this is like, I'm very much in my own world right now. And I've talked to this about a little briefly, very loosely with team members on WMCT, Keeping USA. But right now I'm very much in my own thoughts and my own opinions. I've been checking myself with other people to make sure it's valid and stuff. But like, I don't know what, like, I've been careful to word everything also. Like, this is what I think. This is how I think should, not like we're doing this or X, Y, and Z. Because now that I am in a position to be making changes, it's important to delineate what I think should happen versus like just because I think something should happen doesn't mean we have to do it or we even should do it. Like, there are things where like, I know I'm going to be, like, my job as top competitor representative is to naturally be more biased, to make sure that to be on the just a little on the right side of the reasonable spectrum of in favor of top competitor experience. Well, then other organizers balance that out by having more of the logistics and like community-based experience. And that's good. Like, I want to be challenged in that sense of like, you can't expect me to like have full personal understanding of every single facet, which I think I do actually have a lot of now in most facets, especially over the last year and a half. But it's just never going to be my strength. And so having people to balance out is important. And so like that hasn't run through all of that stuff yet. And so like I'd like to get more feedback from other people and like community members, especially, no offense to the current active cubers, but the current active cubers, especially on this topic, are very unreliable in terms of it's hard to separate out what you personally want versus like what is good in the long run. Like, this is something that I actually have been aggressive on even when I was active, but like I see it around a lot, especially the younger cubers. As people get older, the concept of like taking accountability for your distractions and whatnot is more ubiquitous. And so it's something that like I've noticed a lot of changes as people get older, and that makes a lot of sense in my mind. But yeah, I remember, no shade to Patrick, but I remember 2017 Nationals, Fort Wayne. Like, I had to look up what event it was, because I knew it was Patrick, I knew it was the final, but like, we were sitting next to each other, and it was 4x4, because I looked at the seating. And something happens, and like we're both solving, and like I finished or something. Or I don't know if it happened during both of our solving or something, but like a little bit later, like Patrick talked to the delegate, and then a little bit later I was like, "Wait, did you ask for an extra?" And he was like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "No way, get out of here, absolutely not." And I'm like, "That's just fine." I mean, like, also like to that point, I don't think Patrick would do that now at all. And at the time, he was like 16. How old is Patrick? I don't know. He was under 20. And now he's like an adult. It's been like 9 years. It's just funny of like, that's a great example right there. Let's do some. Still getting warm, you know? Still getting warm. I've been like, my new thing, I think I'm going to try out, because I need a better way. Now that I, like, have stopped being nervous about whether, like, officially I am not nervous about being fast, my capabilities of speed being fast enough. It's very much like I have mental, like, focus problems or, like, a mental block for, oh my god, for 6 on comp. That's not a surprise. That's obvious to myself, but now that I'm like fully I'm like, okay, like it is time to, like, before it was like, yeah, I'm capable of sub 120, but like I could probably get a little faster, make it a little easier on myself. And now it's like, okay, yeah, obviously we could get faster, make it easier on ourselves, but like we're busting out like 118 average of 100. Like I think we don't need to get any faster. We should just learn how to, like, I just need to practice competing. And like I need to seriously like work on my mental game, because it has been not good the last, I mean, honestly, like, it's been good. 7x7 randomly is always, I always feel good, but like my 6 mental game has not been good since after the first solve of Australia Worlds. And I had a lot of that. It's just like the lack of intensity in my cubing career and whatnot. So, but yeah. All right, we're gonna start logging these. Okay, let's see. All right, no scramble. What am I doing? All right. The cubing helped me get the job at Google. No, it is my second job, so it technically helped me get my job at Microsoft 9 years ago, but it's my second job, so I was an industry transfer. Pretty normal stuff. Do you think there's different expectations in WCA comps in different parts of the world? Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is, like, obvious due to, like, there's nothing, like, inherently awful about how we've been handling a lot of this stuff in the past. It's just, like, it's just that, like, we don't have, like, the regs were written, like, the regs around extras probably haven't been changed in many, many years, and so, like, it's just, we are evolving and things are getting more serious, and like naturally the flow, the way that extras have been implemented and like talked on top of and stuff is like the way that extras and like talked on top of and like implemented and stuff is like makes sense of like the way in which they're given out, where like the delegate feels pressure to give out the extra because otherwise the DNF slowly lends itself to the very slow progression over time of the standard for an extra getting more lenient, which, like, through the fault of no one, just like through the fault of like social dynamics, as ends up here. And so now it's like cubing serious enough is becoming a widespread thing that people need to talk about. So like it's time to like actually be a little more deliberate about how we're handling this stuff and consider it as like a serious thing, because giving out an extra attempt at a comp is a major like thing to be doing, and it's treated very lightly. Oh, wow. A lot faster than I thought. All right, I knew that was smooth, but wow. That was very good. What happened on that? That was cooking. 11 with parity? I mean, it was a Jason swap, so like half a parity, but still. All right, we'll take that. I mean, it's just smooth, right? Like, nothing happened. good solve. Australia World's Finals first solve. Yeah, I got a 118, and then I freaked out. Like, the first solve of World Finals in Australia, Max gets 124, I get 118, and I'm like, everyone else gets like 130 plus, and I'm like, and then it's just different when like the mindset, like my mental wasn't as good, and well, first of all, not only like it's not like I got like 118 is not like I should get 3 of those in a row. It's like 118 is really good. It's not like previous Worlds Finals where the first solve is a really good one that puts me out in front, but I'm like, oh, I can definitely get 2 more. It's like 118 is like, that's going to be the best one. Let's try and get 2 low 120s now. Like, so, I mean, my mental mindset in Australia also is much less. It was very much forced. I was forcing myself to do it because I thought I should, and I would agree with that statement now, but like, well, once after 20, like, once the like end started to appear in my career, my mental took a dive because it was like very dependent. My like killer instinct of being able to compete well was very dependent upon me truly believing that I would win and I was the best. And like when that became objectively untrue, I think that caused problems, and I was not able to adjust well, which is kind of how it goes. Does the scramble perform the CS timer scramble? No, it's a custom scramble that is random enough to be basically indistinguishable from a regular scramble, but it is not WCA. Okay. What do we got, people? We are seeing big cube cutoffs getting more strict in recent years. Do you think we're ever to come point of hurting the comp? Wait, the 111 at double parity? Oh, that's pretty good then. Maybe someone clip that. No, I don't think big cube cutoffs, like 6 and 7 cutoffs. Like, how many people are not very good at 6 and 7, and them attending the competition is dependent on them being able to compete in 6 and 7? That seems pretty unlikely. Also, like, just in terms of resources, a slow 6x6 and 7x7 solver is an incredibly resource intensive round to have. It's not like if you're 10 times slower, if you're 5 times slower than Yihang in 3x3, you barely take any more time than him. Honestly, you get ready so fast, you might take less time than him to your 3x3 average. But if you're like 5 times slower than the world record holder in 7x7, like, you are eating up a lot of resources. And so there's just a balance of like, yeah, we want everyone to be able to come and do their solves and have a great time and get as many rounds in, but like, there's a lot of things that are being accomplished at one competition, and there is a level of like resource management that you have to do where things that might not be the most efficient on resources will get deprioritized for stuff that with medium resources can give higher returns for more people at the competition. So overall, the competition experience is better on average. Oh my, Kevin. That was... Calm down. Don't rush. Don't rush. Don't rush. Don't rush. There we go. See? Every solve you can get something out of, even a bad one. Reminding myself not to rush at the end. Good practice. Weren't you also forced to rush those solves in the finals for Australia? I don't think so. I would almost certainly remember that, and I don't think so. Um, no. Almost. Australia was actually like one of the cleanest world champs ever. It was extremely well run, a great venue, really cool. Australia, like I think probably like there's not much. I think we have more nicer things now, but in terms of like executing on expectations and hitting everything that's really important, like Australia did so good. It was so good. Like yeah, it's like it's nice to have cooler things and a better stream, more hype, but like if you aren't hitting your basics, does it matter? You have to hit the basics before you can like go for the advanced stuff. The basics must be there. This is a truth in a lot more things than just running a comp. So Australia did more than the basics. They had a really cool venue, very exciting. Like Australia was a great Worlds. Like I didn't particularly do well, but it was extremely well run. I was like, we should like, because there'd be no work from me in this. I'm like, do it again. Just run it back. Australia's putting it in our bid. But that's something I have no idea about. You migrate to Yao in 7? No, I'm still doing Yao. 7 Redux on Yao. I'm not gonna switch, or Redux on 7. I'm not switching for 7. What should have been done better at Worlds in 2025? Oh, that's a good question. Let me do one more solve first. That's a good one. There's definitely more stuff that we could have done better and like. Ooh, okay. Oh, okay. Not sure I like that center, but. Oh, come on. Smooth execution here. All right. Nothing like that 111 with double parity, apparently. Oh, that 1.5 parities. Adjacent swap is not a full parity. World's 2025. Scheduling, obvious big one. I think everyone complained about it. Very valid. We just ran super far behind. The stage wall caused issues that they weren't aware of, they weren't planning on, didn't know about, and so we could change scheduling how groups were handled. Biggest one there. LED wall would be nice. It would have been very expensive. Like I'm just like wish listing things, not like things that like are here. Like I know some of the reasons why we couldn't do these things, but like LED wall instead of backlit projector would have helped the in-person viewing experience. The style of the venue, I think sports arenas are like basketball arenas is a better venue in that style because you have raised seating as well as the well-lit stage. Similar to Australia, Euros 2024 looked to have an amazing viewing venue, similar to the Paris venue. The flat convention center style works great for the convention aspect, but then when you're in-person watching, which has become a bigger and bigger part of these competitions, not quite as ideal. Stream-wise, like there were a couple of incidents with top cubers that I would have liked to personally handle that I didn't get to. Stream-wise, we missed a couple of solves. To a couple of big ones, we missed the would have been clock winner, that's bad. That's really bad. Like I'm huge on like my priority list for what's important on the stream is not necessarily what most people would think, but like number one is that like the first thing, no matter what, is like you have to get all the important solves before you can do anything. And that was the one we missed, and I was really upset about that. But then, like, it's one of those, like, we missed it. We instantly were like, here's why we missed it. We did not have, the man camera operators did not have seating charts and a list. So when we're telling them, oh, go to Anthony, like they're like, where is he at? And so then we immediately, like for the next final, we were like, print out the list, boom, boom, print out the list, get into this man cameras. Like we had a setup for the next day. They had the seating chart, like instant fix. Cause like I say nothing matters in the stream if it doesn't look good, which is this like second or third priority, but nothing really matters if you don't catch the solves in some way. So that was bad. I would have liked, like 5x5 final, I would have liked to catch Cowan Long's fourth and fifth solves, because there was some complaints that like we didn't catch any of his solves. And I remember watching the stream and it's like, okay, yeah, you started out in eighth and then you ended up third, but like you didn't grab third until like the very end. And so we wouldn't have put you on stream until the end. And then by the time the end rolled around, Tamon was popping off. But then I watched it and I was like, okay, Tamon pops off. And then Max is going. And Max is doing his fifth solve, which is actually inconsequential. He's going to get second no matter what. And so, yeah, we should definitely show it. He's going to get second. But like we should go to quad box or picture in picture and pick up Cowan's solve because he's going to get third maybe. And so this is hard. That's like a hard thing that like it's not like a big mistake. It's like it's just part of like the trade-offs when you're running the stream and the style we did. We're very focused. We're very in on people. We're very focused on capturing the moment and the emotions, which I think is a higher priority than making sure you grab every single solve from every single person. I'm actually that's a very hard stance I have. And like, I think it's incredibly obvious if you watch the world stream, how much of an impact that had. And like, but yeah, you do get into these difficult situations where technical directing is hard and then switching off is hard. And like, this is like not a mistake. It's just like an improvement for next time. Of like, we need to be a little more aware of like exactly what's going on. Cause there's like, it's not like we didn't have the technical capabilities to capture all the important solves. We definitely did. We had 6 front-facing cameras. Like, we can get everything. It's like, it's easy to catch everything. Like, you get everything. It's like we get everything. We just zoom out and show all 20 people at once. And like, yeah, but that looks terrible. And then there's a trade-off, obviously, how the closer you get and the more in there with them. And like, you can see like the close shot on Tamon's world record was like so, like you're so personal. You feel the excitement. That's what the people want in the stream. And like we saw like the most clipped parts of like worlds were like the Xuanyi shrug, the Yihang no flash, like Theodore just like vibing up there, like putting up the hand signs. Like these are things that you only get when you're very in there with them. You're part of the experience by being close, but there are trade-offs with like it's a little bit harder to catch everything. And so that's something I'd like to improve next time for sure. Because I do like the style. I very, very much believe in the structure that we're going with, but it makes it harder and like, but it's definitely doable. But that's next on the list. Before I don't really have I think that's the number one thing to add on the stream because like, I don't think there's a lot of things that we could fix in the stream, but like you have to be careful about prioritization. What is possible? What if you do this? How does this affect everything else? Because these things are all related and stuff. So that's like the big thing. Other than that, in-person experience, announcements in the other room apparently were way too loud. So I would have liked to fix that. I'll be like honest. I wasn't as in tune to the side rooms. I was very focused on the main stage and production value. So I don't have a lot of feedback on Nations Cup. We need to organize like. Nations Cup, I didn't even I forget. Like it's just so important to so many people that like we need to be more on it with that. And there's a lot of easy organizational things you can do to get people more ready for that and stuff. So that was another big thing. But I mean, overall, I thought it went really, really well. I mean, I think Worlds 25 was the best one. I don't think it's like there's not that much competition in the sense that like it's just been so long since we had the other like pre-COVID Worlds were so long ago. There's been so many advancements made of like the stream and production value and what we're doing and like the quality of the competition and the just general like vibe of in the room and how many people are there that like it would be weird if like Australia was better. It was like 6 years ago. And so like it's like not a knock. Like I was just talking about how great Australia was, but I would say it's pretty clear that Seattle was the best one yet. But you know, we always hope. Hopefully, Sweden's better. Like that's what you always hope for. So we got 2 years, year and a half now. I'm excited for that. Czech Slock. Oh yeah, Czech Slock. Oh yeah, that was. I mean, okay, yeah. Actually, the main thing. Sorry, the main thing that I mean, like, this was my entire like. Oh my god, I thought about this way too much. The reason I just thought about everything about this already. The clock fiasco was like disastrous and our fault. Like we should have allowed scramble checks. Like there's just no way around it. We screwed that up. It was really bad. We put out the statement that said we screwed it up. Yeah, there's just nothing. There's nothing really more to say. When you make a big mistake, you just apologize, know what you did wrong, know you're gonna fix it next time, and that's all you can really do. And so, yeah, that was terrible. But I've thought about that 8,000 for hours and hours and hours of my life. I've thought about that, so that's why I'm not like there's just no more use for me to be like upset about it because like I've already done that for so long that I'm like it just at this point I'm like it's put to rest in my mind as more or less, pretty much. Oh, I did not start focusing on this salt. That's okay. Good practice. Hone it back in. Whoa, what the hell? That was a skip. At the end there was that's how I want to turn at the end. There we go. Flat seating was rough in the back. Yeah. Yeah, I mean it was. Like obviously like it's kind of rolled into like the surprise of how many people were going to be there in person, which was exciting. But these flat convention style center venues run out of usable viewership space at some point, and so I do think the ideal venue type is something like Australia or like Euros / the next World's Plan, where it's like the sport or like I mean it's nothing like specific to any country, just basketball arenas basically like are amazing. They have well-lit, customizable lighting stages that are big. They have raised seating. They are set up for video production. Most of what you need, I think. Okay. Oh. Okay, we're gonna get into it a little bit. We're doing pretty. I'm feeling. Okay, let's see. Let's see. How often will we be Canadian comps? I got the one coming up next weekend. Then I got Montreal, the Big Q Montreal. I'm excited for that. Unfortunately, didn't get to go last year. I was planning on it, but it didn't quite work out with my schedule. Couldn't make it work at the Boston trip, and then we'll see after that. I don't know. Going to BC Champs, of course, in August is the plan. It'll be fun. Downtown Vancouver, nice venue, nice city. That's announced. That's been announced for ages, actually. So I'll be at a few. All right, let's turn up the Jets here. I think let's do a couple. We're gonna do my new thing. It's probably take an hour. Maybe no, not that. But like my new thing is brand new. I'm thinking of ideas to help practice better. It's median of 5. Wait, no, median of 5 mean of 3s. So it's like you do 5 mean of 3s and you take the median of that, because that gives you a middling, like, what can I expect at a competition on a reasonable day? So we're going to do that starting now. Write these down as we go. Okay, cool. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, center's in the back, bottom versus front. Well, you shouldn't do front FRU. Basically, I think in theory, as long as the center you're solving is not something you're constantly looking at, you're not being wasteful. So, really, I mean, the best option is to be able to do it on D and B. So, I can kind of do it on B. If it's super easy, I'll do it on B. But I almost always do it on D. I was like, I do it on U, and then I realized, like, nah, I usually do it mostly on D, I think. Although, maybe I'm wrong. I should watch my solves more. All right, we're going to do a nice and slow, paced out, average of 5, median of 5, mean of 3s. All right. One. Ready. Oh, wait, I need to turn on audio, but it's fine. I'll do that later. That's like, at the time is fine, but that's like the way, really, like I said, we're fast enough. We just need to remember how to, not remember, we need to relearn how to compete properly, remind myself how to calm down in the middle of the solve without losing time. That was a good one. Happy with the mentality behind that. Can't be getting 111's double parity without realizing it too often. Not that good. Yeah, so asking at the end is like, I don't even think it's the worst idea in the world, generally, because, my opinion of extras is that it should be so obvious that it's an extra-worthy incident that, this is so rare, and, they basically offer it to you. But asking immediately allows you, is a little better, because even in this scenario, it's a little better because you can't fish. You can't have, if a crazy incident happens on your 7x7 solve, and you're, a 7x7 solve can be so good that you could lose 5 seconds and still have it be a good solve, better than your normal time. And so, if you're 10 seconds away from being done, and like the extra causes you 30% slowdown, you're still getting a good time, and then it's like you can fish and be like, oh, I got a good time, so I'll take it, or like, and then so like it's not as big of a deal in super rare if it's super rare, but it's still a little cleaner if you get to bind in instantly, type of thing. But yeah. Also, I mean, the regs are just a little. I think the regs just haven't been updated in a while. I don't think it's like it's one of those things that just hasn't caused an issue, and so there hasn't been as much of a reason to relook at it. But I think it's probably time to at least consider clarification. Kevin doing it's crazy. Yeah. How to do a lefty U2 flick on big cubes? I can't even do it on through at 3. My turning fundamentals are outdated, let's say. All right. So this median, this mean a 3, and then we're going to do, we'll check some comments. That's what our whole thing is for, comments. All right. Ready. Okay, here we go. Can we execute this well? We can. Whoa. It's crazy what you can do when you, what is it? Look ahead. Right. You turn slower and look ahead. That's it. That's the thing people say, right? Just focus. That's nice. If the competitor is distracted but thinks the time is good enough anyways, then very good. We don't need to waste time to give an extra. Yeah, like, in concept, yes. Like, it's not a big deal. In practice, a lot of these things could get questionable on what's the best option. Like, you could then theoretically ask for an extra on every single solve, and then only try and take it when you got a bad solve, which is easily abusable in that sense. Oh, I should just download. I forgot. My replay buffer on. Let's just check this solve out. Let's just watch it. What are we doing? All right, we're back with another solve analysis. Where are we at here? All right, 16, pretty normal on pace. Slow there, but we're getting... That's the thing, all right, we're fishing here. I remember they were smooth. They were smooth on putting together. 8 or 12 first. 12 is not bad at all. This looks like it's going to be carried by edges, though. Oh, it's definitely going to be carried by edges. Like, this pace I'm at, we're not going too quick here. Okay, 41. That's solid. That's solid. 41 solid, but I still think 30 seconds. 41, 31. Oh, these edges are clean. A little bit of delay there. That's fine, though. I remember I did make one rush mistake. That's fairly fine. Oh, this was nice. Oh, and then I had pure parity, too. And I did it the best way. Like, oh, I'm happy with this. This is good. And I held it. I didn't, like, take the edge. Yeah. This is some nice work. Not bad. All right, one more. Right, yeah. I mean, the intricacies, of exactly how extra policy requests should be run is like, that's a discussion for a little later when we've like been instituting stricter extra policies for a while. We've been using this procedure for a while, and then we can get into the nitty gritty of like what's exactly the specific, really fine tuned minutia of the best way to do this. Because like, I think we just need more data to make that type of answer, and right now we're far enough away to where like we're just not there yet. If we just get a new comp, Weston, the lights are too bright. All right. Sorry, what was I looking for? I thought I had. All right, last solve of this meeting. 118, 112. Can we lock down the sub 120? Also, why is my... Oh, why is that? Oh, that's why. It was... I was like, why am my inspection timer not going off? As an extra! No inspection call. I mean, that would be a procedural error. So, yeah.
8 seconds.
Okay, there we go. We're back. All right, last one this mean. So let's lock in. 120 is easy. Let's get a good one. Ready. Okay.
8 seconds. 12 seconds.
What? All right. I lost a little bit of that focus in the middle, but... Oh, wait. I forgot to... I was like, where's my Amina 3? I forgot to type in the second time. What is it? 17.46, 78. 1638! Yeah. There's no problem with that. That's for sure. We happy with the 76. Official average. Nothing wrong with that. The lights went off in the OH final of Portland Nats, and I was just like, nah, this song was pretty good. Extra for me, thanks. I mean, like, if something happens like that, then what you're talking about, like, offering the competitor an extra, if it's so universally egregious, it's kind of like the lights go out. Are you forced to just redo? What if you got a good? What if it's like on your PLOD, you got a good one, and then like I could that one. The lights go out mid solve. I'm like, okay, just offer them an extra, see if they want it or not. Like it's not that one could be on the line of like if an earthquake starts happening, if the fire alarm goes off, it's like if these like ridiculous type events happen, it's like okay, we could probably be a little looser. One of my cubing goals for 26: run the majors well, have a good stream, get some good results, travel around, have fun. Would you say that you get extra focus when doing solves and comp or at home? Right now, I'm not. Recently, I've just been tired of comps, so I need to like be better at managing my energy levels. That's my biggest problem right now. So I've been more focused at home, which is not good. 7x7 is so long, you can't expect to not make mistakes. Oh yeah, it's hilarious when people are like, "Could have been better, could have been better." I'm like, every solve could have been better. What are we talking about? Like, of course. We hit lights from that during PLL. Then it like might not even affect you. Let's see. Oh boy, my YouTube channel is not doing very. No one watches my YouTube channel anymore. That's fine. They don't need to. I just need a space to like put my thoughts down sometimes. We should. No comments there. No comments there. Let's see. No comments there. There's a comment about the fact that the Keon situation was a major distraction, and it was just not. Definitely not a major distraction. But yeah, okay. No discussion. Are people scared of me? Are people scared to? I need. If people have like good feedback, I was curious. Like, Ambrose posted in CF about Dylan's quote about state champs being like locals, and the differences and how people view those. And a lot of people were. This is not surprising, but it's not surprising, but it's interesting in the sense that the range of answers I'd be surprised with is I just don't know, but it's like I don't know enough, and I think it's vague enough to where I wouldn't be surprised with most answers. But like most people were like, yeah, like state champs are very local, like it's just like a big local. It's not really championship environment, and that makes sense. I think most people do view them that way. I think some people it really depends on who you are. I know for sure people do care a lot about them and do care about that state title, even if maybe like they feel like it's lame to talk about. Like it's like very whether there's some intrinsic value that's a little by like like your friends are like, oh, this is just as local, and you're like, oh, but like I feel good about winning, and like that should be celebrated and is good. So yeah, they're not as big as majors, but I think this is like not that big of a deal. I don't think like having a state champ is nice. It allows an extra step of validation for a lot of the cubers that are on the rise in a smaller region, and you can do small things to increase the validity of these events that you don't need to have walkouts for everyone or have some huge stage or some huge stream. Just like having stationary finals, maybe having head-to-head theoretic finals, maybe reading some names out just real quick. It's just a little nice to just take if you're a point A and you want to be a point B, you don't need to jump all the way to point B. But if the goal is to be a point B, just take a little bit of step and then wait for things to catch up, as like they do, and then keep going. Like it's not you don't need anything too crazy. If it doesn't show up on your WCA profile on a separate row, it doesn't matter. That is like, honestly, a lot of the comments were like, it's not recognized by WCA. Like, when you're talking about Cubing USA All-Stars, it's like, oh, it shows up on your profile, it's nationals? Oh, the profile line. Oh, okay. Like, it's like unironically, like, I think this isn't a bad or a good thing. It's just how it is. Like, it's important to understand, like, actually how important things showing up on your profile are to people. Like, looking at that championship podiums tab is very important to a lot of people. All right, so now we're on someone as accredited as Dylan won't care about those titles. Oh yeah, definitely not. I'm like I won't. well, like now it's a little different, but like in the mid 2010s, if there was a Washington State champ, like it would truly, truly be a local time trial event for me. But like, even though would view it that way, it does not. I think it's more important to, as the organizer slash delegate to the comp, to think about not what like your random superstar. Like the competition is not specifically for me. It's to be a state champ for this specific, like for a middling purpose, and treating it like you would like it to be viewed is probably the best way. And then yes, other people will view your competition differently than the default method that you set up. But like, just because I don't feel like the Washington State title is important to me in 2017 doesn't mean that like someone else doesn't, or that you shouldn't treat it like it is important, as it might be more validating like down the line. All right, mean two of 5. This is a good way to practice. My hands are so fresh. Okay, let's do a couple, get our turns in. All right. Good round 1, 116. Oh, focus up. Ready.
Eight seconds.
Oh my god, this is awful. Shoot.
12 seconds.
Sloppy, but I did. Mental was okay. Slowed it down at the end. Realized I was going too fast. Kind of pulled it back in. And 124 is salvageable. You obviously start 112. I don't think we should separate cubing between age or genders because it's completely irrelevant. I mean, yeah, it's funny, like, Tim was talking, like, parents will ask, oh, is there a younger kid division? My kid's not as old. And it's like, if there was a younger kid division, the old people need it. The kids are who are good. Like the world record holder is actually younger than your kid. It's like, oh, the world record holder is 12. Oh, interesting. It's like we need the age divisions. I'm disadvantaged. I'm too old. Kevin used to pay me at comps to turn off the lights if it took him above X seconds to do Redux. And then you get another attempt. Weston, don't tell anyone. How much faster is my Yao applied to Redux? Like a second, maybe 2. But it depends. Like my global Yao is faster, but because like it's easier for me to be on with Yao. But like when I was moving and grooving with Redux, I felt good. But actually, even now, like my peak Yao is better than my peak. My peak Yao is about 1 second faster than my peak Redux. My global Yao is about 2 seconds faster, I'd say. Because like Redux was it was really hard for me to stay on. But like when I was on, it was flying. But like it was just hard to do. Also, to be fair, like at some point, age is obviously a detrimental factor, and in upwards and downwards. Like I don't think a 3-year-old's going to be world record holder, and I don't think someone who's 75 will be either. But there's not right now. There's no need for age grade. You can just if you want to do age range, there's unofficial sites for that. Plenty. All right, 124. Solve one. Ready. Nice, easy start. Continuation there.
8 seconds. 12 seconds.
Oh my god, Kevin. What was that? Oh. Oh. Oh my god, that was 122 still. That was pretty good at the start. At least I had 3 parity mistakes. But the turning was okay. At least I held the turn. I do have a big problem with where in an official solve, if literally anything goes wrong, I totally lose my mind. And so, like, I didn't do that there, but yeah, I mean, that was too many mistakes to, like, even be acceptable. But it's still get sub 120, maybe. Let's see. Doesn't matter, always just keep it. It's a process, it's a process, it's a process. If my big cube solves feel fast, but they aren't as fast as they feel, what should I practice? That's kind of vague. Sorry. I don't know. I would have turned off the lights and that's real huge obvious mistake? Yeah. What's my PB? Only 105. Which feels a little slow. I think my PB relative to my skill, I feel like it's crazy. I feel like I dropped so much time since I had a PB of 107 in like 2013, 2023. I feel like I'm so much faster. I mean, I've gotten a 108 flat double parity. I've gotten a 108. I've gotten 2 108s double parity. I've gotten a 107 with parity. I've gotten a 106 with parity. I guess like a 104, 103 would probably be more realistic. I think if like everything lined up, I could get a 101. If I want to eventually get that sub 1, I need to be better. Like, there's no... My best splits... If I split at the halfway point, my best splits are 58. And that's just not realistic, I think. Like, obviously, it's technically doable, but, like, also when I hit that first split of 30... I had to hit 35 and then keep it together for 24 and get no parity. Like, yeah, like... I think a realistic splits to get... My best 50-50 splits should add up to 56 if I want to get a 59, probably. At least. Probably 55. 35, 34, 20. Wait. 34, 21. My best back half is 23. Well, I had 24 with parity on the back half once. Alright. Solve 3. Ready.
Eight seconds. 12 seconds.
Getting better at slowing down my turning. I feel this is very important for competition. As the solve is being okay and I get closer to the end, I like to rush. And at home, it's not a big deal because usually when I'm relaxed, I can burn the end 95% of the time and it's fine. But in comp, it's only like 60. Like right there, I lowered TPS on PLO parity just a hair. Probably cost me 2/10, but I increased my consistency by double, so that was definitely worth it, especially in a competition setting. Oh yeah, I'm older than Felix. I think 2 years, 2 years older, something like that. See you at Big Q's Montreal. Yeah, I'll be there. It'll be fun. 49 centers on a 30 back half. Yeah, it was a tough start. It's fine. What is your mentality for solving during edge pairing? I'm not good at that. Honestly, I'm just terrible at it. Edge pairing has been bad. My mentality really is like keep it like don't be afraid to pause and look for your piece. This is a big thing for me because I'm not very good at that. Current mean of 3. What? No, I typed it in wrong. 18, 12, 18. Oh, okay, here we go. 84, 24. Oh my God. No, not 7. 84, 24. 82, 51. 79, 65. Oh, because I didn't lose myself. I got 82, like 122, which is bad, but like not. We got to keep our bad ones in check. Like for edges, I'm usually like, okay, calm down. You have a lot of time. If you look efficiently, remember to be efficient. Look for your pieces. Find all 4 pieces. When I'm doing edges after my Yao white edges, it's like you should be able to see all 4 pieces. There's not that many pieces. They're all in the U. They're all D layers solved. You should be able to see all 4 pieces of your edge before you start one. Is a big one for me. But my edges are pretty weak. To be clear, always been weak. Washington State champs when? Yeah, I don't know. We had one a while ago, I think. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, the scrambler. I mean, it's not too crazy. Here, I'll just show it real quick. Straight break. This is the scrambler. Just basic LCD display, some buttons, the CNC Shield Arduino, and then this is all Lego Technic with 3D printed padding parts to do spacing for the cube, and stepper motors and 3D printed mounts to adapt the stepper motors to Technic. It's really nice. When I started the project, I just wanted the robot to work with literally any use case. Maybe I'm just doing comp practice and I can use it instead, and then that'd be great. And it's like a really cool project to do, but it can scramble the cube in 30 seconds. Not WCA style takes a minute, but 30 seconds is cruising. And it takes me 30 seconds to scramble the cube by hand, and I should be taking a 30-second break anyways. It's great. I'm proud of it. I have other projects to work on now. I still haven't even started my graphics. That's for tomorrow, but I'm excited. It's nice to have for practice. It helps for this. My hand's not tired at all. Warrior 6. I've not tried it. Heard it's okay. Heard the Warrior 7's better. And even then, the Warrior 7 just catches too much. Alright, Mina 3. Trace. $76.82. Not too bad. Right. No, definitely doing yellow.
8 seconds.
Should we go this direction?
12 seconds.
slowing there around there at the end, right before Pila, was a huge. Maybe I would have cleaned it up, but maybe I would have like finished it out, but took the hit of like 0.1 to make sure I didn't mess up, and I was happy with that song. I honestly felt like that was a little faster. Huh, let's check the splits. Not office support. What are the splits on that?
6. I've not tried it. Let's look at it. Where's the Warrior 7 set?
Oh, centers were a bit slow. I think it must have edges because centers were actually grooving pretty well. Oh yeah, this is nice. 44 and a 13. So yeah. Not bad. Sub 30 on the back half. We're happy with sub 30. Definitely. I mean, we want like 40. Yeah, sub 30 is great because you get a 45, which is a little slow. 45.29 is 114. Yo, what's up, guys? I am streaming. I will be streaming sometimes. I got cubing's. It's in a good spot for me right now. It's a little busy. Just joined WMCT. It's like things just take a little more effort when I'm getting situated. I don't know what the status quo is for certain things. I want to make a good impression. Make sure people don't know me. I want to make sure they understand that like I am trying really hard. I am like my intentions are good. Like. It takes a little bit more effort to get situated, but things are going good. I think once we'll get in the flow here in a little bit, and like I'll feel more comfortable, and I'll have a little more space, and I'll be able to work on my graphics package for majors, stuff like that. A little more time to practice. I need to remember to compete. This is a great session though for remembering how to compete. This is like very comp style. You do yourself, you chat, you do yourself. All right, solve 2. Good start. 113. Ready.
Eight seconds. 12 seconds.
This. Oh, no. Okay, come on. Oh, come on. Yeah, that was an example of letting a small mistake. Like I get to start got away from me. I really during centers there was a edge that had 2 green and whites and 2 red and whites in like 2 and 2 all oriented, and I broke it up instead of saving it, and then I let that cascade. That's like a small mistake. It's not even a mistake, and it's a mistake to not use it, but it like I just didn't take advantage of the luck, and then that kind of threw me off, and that's weak mental. That's for sure. Luke Carriage chairs for when he's scared for when he gets sub 2 through. I think sub 2 might be far away. I think someone's gotta get sub 3 first. Although, I mean, like, the world record single should be probably like 2.6. 2.6, 2.7. 3.0 is getting quite slow. There's like a lot. Like I think Millisecond was talking about like by percent, single was like 80% of the average, which the last time that was happened was like Colin Burns 5.2 or something, and that was like really close. Like 80% of the average is crazy. Like 3.8 is so much more impressive as an average than 3.0 as a single. Oh, what's up? Thank you for the congrats on the Nats podium. Yeah, I was happy to get that one. That'll probably be it. Like, these kids are getting pretty good. Snagging the top 3 and 6 or 7 next year seems. Because what? Maxwell wins. There's one. Henry, Jack, Kate. Like. I gotta be 2 of Henry, Jack, Kate. Like, that doesn't seem very likely. Could be Kate in 6, maybe. Maybe, like, Kate is probably like Kate's faster than me now, and like Ethan's getting pretty good. I mean, like in the scenario where I'm getting top 3, I'm gonna beat Ethan, so like it's less real. But like I have to beat 2 of Henry, Jack, Kate, and like Kate can get low 150 on a good day, although we've yet to see it. But like Jack has gotten 150. Ethan, like Henry's 149. Henry on a good day is so fast that I cannot possibly beat him. And if he's on, like he will get that time. So I'd like more realistically have to beat Jack and Kate at the same time, which is I just don't think it's very likely, especially as their improvement curve is so much more aggressive than mine. I think it'd be very unlikely for me to get another top 3 finish in nationals. It would require me like it'd be very much a mental skill gap that would require where they're really nervous because the pressure, and I'm like used to it. But even then, they're pretty good competitors now, and like I would be. I mean, obviously I'm gonna try, but I'd be shocked if I got a top 3 finish again. One more on this Mina 3. 13, fit 25. Bit of a waste, but like we got it. Ready.
8 seconds.
That was a solve that's about expected. Obviously, not the cleanest ever, but no normal solve is. Happy with that. Yeah, I'd be happy with that in the comp. Just a couple small spots to optimize a little better. I misrecognized the 3x3 stage. I misrecognized that 12 pair, but that was like pretty uncharacteristic. What was the cause of that? I don't know. That's interesting. I wonder why I did that. It's definitely not going too fast. Did I guess wrong? It's rare enough to where for now I'm not going to think about it. That is a little weird that I did that. It's just not common. Wait, Jasper's here? Oh, what's up? Hey. I was like... Alright. Who is Mike talking about? Is that me? Have I tried the Chi Warrior 7x7 UV? I have. It's pretty alright. It's not bad. I've gotten good times with it. Like, it just, I don't know, it's weird. I don't like 7x7 hardware right now. None of it's very good, but. If I average 46 on 4x4, what should I average on virtual? Oh, I have no idea. Like, they're so different. No clue. Alright, oh, that was my third meet of 3. What was that one? Oh, 7905. Alright. Not bad. I forgot the time to put it in. This is a good session. This is like how I should. Honestly, like. I have not had good practice habits the last few years. This is like how I should practice. Maybe a little less talking, a little more focusing, but like, do a solve. Take a quick break. Like I do in real, like if I was by myself, I'd pick up the cadence a little bit, but like, do a solve. Take a break. Focus. Get ready for your next solve. Do the next solve. Like, you know, pay attention to what you're doing. Think about what you're doing wrong. Think about how to fix it. All that jazz. Who cleaned up after the 6x6 exploded? Oh yeah, that was me. If you look at the 7x7 World Championships Thailand 2011 video, you can see my exploded 6x6 on the table. Slow, like during solve 1, it's like fully exploded. Solve 2, it's half put back together. Solve 3, it's almost fully put together. Ugh, sad day. I got second in 7x7, so I mean it was a terrible day. Honestly, like I was talk about not understanding how mental game works. That was little baby Kevin being like, I mean, like I understand like I see a lot of the kids, the decently fast kids that are like trying to break through to that upper echelon is like, it's difficult to understand mental game and like take accountability for some of the things. Like you think some of these things in your solving is not your fault, but really it is. And like, I mean, I've been there. Like I was a long time ago with 2011. Like I look back on it, it's like, wow, my mental game just was terrible. I had so nervous. I had no ability to handle the environment or the crowd, and that made me nervous. And then I messed up and kept messing up, and then it compounded. I did it badly, and now it's like, yeah, it's because I never practiced that. I just sat at home doing solves over and over again, and like that's what happened. And then without even realizing it, it's like for Vegas, like the mental game was a passive accident where I just grinded so hard that I knew I was good. And so like it's easy to be confident when you know you're the best. And so that was the Vegas mental game. So like, and then it's been like, my mental game was pretty good between 12 and 17-ish. 17's kind of iffy. I won, but I don't know if I don't think my mental game was good. My mental game was not good in Paris, but I barely got the win. I think my second center needs more work. That's interesting. Why? Actually, because I'm curious why. What is the main? Because usually my centers are pretty good. I am curious specifically what is wrong with it, because that is something I don't think about too much. So if there are tangible issues, that'd be impressive. Do you think practicing keeping skill and comp skill should be practiced separately or always together? I mean, it's like a mix. Like it's like comp skill. Like this is it's like the Drake meme where it's like do like an hour of comp sim practice, do an average of 10,000. Oh yeah, like keepers hate. Like I mean, myself included. Like doing comp sim practice is like grueling. You want to do solid. That's the fun part. Like keepers don't like doing it, but like at an extent, like and Felix did this. Like he would listen to like I think audio from Worlds Finals and do his solves in cadence with the crowd audio. Like, people have been doing this forever. Like, I think, like, it's kind of a separate, it's like there's a time to grind a ton of 6x6 solves. Just grind it. You gotta get your habits down. You gotta understand how edges work. You gotta understand how centers work. You gotta get these things to be automatic. And then there's a level of, like, what I'm doing now, which may be a little quicker, of, like, a lot of focused. Like, I'm focused. I'm putting the cover on. I'm doing inspection. I'm using my towel. Like, but even then, there's like another level where like, which is like, this is pretty good for like getting in that flow. Like, I'm like generating a little bit of nerves where I'm like really focused, like forcing myself to really focus like I would in a comp. Then there's another level of like, I'm playing white noise, and I'm also playing white noise with like a background audio track that every random interval of time has like a celebration in it. I am getting up. I'm Well, it depends. Am I practicing for a stationary? If I'm guaranteed to make finals, I'm practicing for a stationary. I'm sitting here. The solve ends. I hit a stopwatch. I wait 5 minutes before my next, or like 4 minutes, whatever the time is between my next solve. I like put my headphone. I do everything exactly as I would in the final, and I spend a full 20 minutes on 3 solves. Like, that's boring. Like, but that's how it is when you're in the final competing. That's the circumstances, and like expecting to go up there and do well when you've never practiced that before is just doesn't make any sense. Like, no one would think that makes sense. Like, how would you like? I always talk about like you get reps at real comps, and that helps a lot. But like also you can generate some pseudo reps at home. Like, you can do these things if you have parents or a very supportive partner. They can help you out. They can judge for you. They can scramble for you. You can go to a public place and have people watch, like have random passersby watch you. Something to generate. It's not gonna be exactly the same. Something to generate anxiety. Something to generate that feeling. Like, if you start doing this and you do bad, that's a good sign. It means you're actually replicating the nerves. Like, if you do this comp style practice and you don't get nervous, but then you do get nervous in actual competitions, it's not good practice. You need to replicate the nerves because, like, you will be nervous, you will be distracted. How do you need to practice dealing with that? And so you replicating it's the first step, and then practicing is after. And so, like, this is like what I'm doing right now is pretty good. It's great for a stream, but like if I was like, if I'm really focused, if I'm so good that I'm guaranteed to final and I'm really focused on performing that one time on that one round, you need to be doing straight up reps of in finals cadence. Or if it's something, unless you are one of those very gifted people who just has the vibe and just sits down and like crushes it like Taman somehow does. Like, otherwise, like if you're someone, like I wouldn't mess with it if it's not broken. Like, some people have this like second gear that they can just hit into. They like vibe off the crowd. They don't think about it too much. They're just in that flow state naturally. And I wouldn't really mess around with that. But like a lot of people just get really nervous and they totally crash out. It's a very common experience. And then it's like, okay, well, you don't have this super skill that some people do have to handle this, and it's time to put in some specific practice, which I'll probably start doing. I'll see. I don't need to perform a lot of it. I just need to make finals, these things. All right, me to 3, number 4. Hey, what's up, Mike? Thanks for FinFans 2013, 13 years. Thank you. Ready.
8 seconds.
Don't love it, but yeah. Oh no! Oh no!
12 seconds.
Shoot! Whatever. That was a cacophony of errors. I don't even. That's bad. I actually don't know what really went wrong. Let's look at the splits because that was not good. UCS++ extension? What does that do? Does it do what my timer's doing? I like it. 47 split. Even then, it's terrible. At the start, it was close, but then white was actually better. Or I do white. The other, I just started with the wrong center, and then maybe I'm losing a little focus. But all right, how's solve one? We're still fine. 25. The mean of this session is still sub 120, which is nice. Do you think hardware has changed the approach about how to solve practice big cubes? Oh yeah, you can't do Yao on a V cube 6. You kidding me? Like, go ahead and try it. Like, that's crazy. Like, hardware changes everything. What finger tricks are viable? What finger tricks are viable, which determines what's like tricks are viable, which determines what methods are viable. Like, we're at the point now where hardware is so good, especially 6. 6 hardware is like, for the first time ever, I am like, 6 hardware is good. Better than 5 and 7 hardware. Whoa, this cube is good. You gotta put the extra magnets in it, but wow. First time ever. It's been 16 years. 17 years. And like, I don't think it's gonna... The hardware will still improve, of course, but I don't think it's gonna have any monumental... Like, it's so good now. Like 3x3 hardware, how much better can it get? It's not gonna change exactly like the finger tricks you can use, probably. Can we undiscontinue the Haze 7? Lim Hung posted a story today about how large it was, and he posted this 211 Haze 7 solved. I'm like, oh, come on, you can do better than that. I was getting 153s in the Haze 7. You're faster than that, Lim. You gotta put some respect on the Haze 7. Alright, 125 for a solve. Not great. We can bring it back. We got a 125 in the last mean of 3, and we got what's up, 120. Solve 2. Ready.
8 seconds. 12 seconds.
That was okay. I mean, honestly, for like a very medium comp style, I'm fine with this. Like, we're talking, chatting. Sub 120, median of 15, also not too bad. What 6 are we making now? Oh, Aoshi V4. It's so funny, we're like, Moyu's on like V5, 6 of these cubes, and I'm like, I've had every single one. Oh, like every single version. I like got the original one when it came out. It's like I'm so like it's like, oh yeah, I remember Aoshi V1. It was just the Aoshi at the time, but it's so funny. What was that Olo Alg? Which one? I don't remember. You can have more voices like yours in that extension. Oh, I don't need more voices. That's fine. TS Timer's great. But it just doesn't output. I like wrote a custom QQ timer that outputs the text, which reads in for the stream years ago, so that's better. For me, it's a little better. Well, why don't you using sliced parity alg? For what case?
Do you really like me?
No more. Everyone who complains. I mean, it kind of makes sense. Like, no offense, but the group of people who are very like want extras for everything, I think you kind of know deep down that like, oh, I probably should just be a better competitor. So then when someone calls you out on it, it's like, oops, might be right. But that's good though. I like having well thought out, documented, strong stances on topics that I can write down and stand behind, and not have to like re-edit just so it's clear. And then if the resolution, I'm in a position where like I can have discussions with Cubing USA and WMCT, and if the resolution is just like, I think all the organizers will probably love it because it's probably really annoying for organizers and delegates to be having to deal with extras, so it's much simpler for them. The competitors will be like, oh yeah, it's probably good. And then I think this one's actually, I don't think the extra issue is very large. I think it's actually a pretty easy fix. I think it just kind of takes someone to be like, all right, yeah, no more soft extras. We're real competitors here. Deal with it. And then everyone's like, after a little bit of time, everyone will be like, yeah, okay, I guess that contracts. And then done. Like, I think it'll be pretty simple. I'm not too... It stressed me out this week just because... More like, I've been thinking about this passively for 10 years, and so that stressed me out. That was like, oh, it's time to do something about it. But I think this one's not going to be a big issue. Oh yeah, cubes are way smaller. They've hit the point, though. This 6 is such a good size. I think smaller would be dangerous. The Alfu 7, for instance, this cube is too small. The Warrior is the perfect size. Now I can say that more confidently because I have a smaller cube to be like, this is too small. The Warrior is a great size. I wish the Alpha came in the Warrior size. All right, can we clutch up the sub 120 mean? We're going to need 114. We could do it. All right. Solve 3. Oh, I didn't. Ready.
Eight seconds. 12 seconds.
I thought... Honestly, I don't even want to look at this first split. It was moving. Oh man, it was so fast. I did not. Gus distracted my dog. Came into the room. Extra. He distracted me. I was literally like in the middle. I was like, "It's good practice. Good distraction to have." What's the center split? I don't want to look. How fast was it? Oh, it was so fast. Oh, what am I out of here? Okay, actually, it was only 38. I thought it was like 34. But hi buddy. Yo, what's up, Patrick? Patrick, you missed it. You were there's no shade, but like, do you remember 2017 Nationals Finals 4x4? I've been yelling at kids about not taking extras for 9 years because 2017 Nationals 4x4, I'm sitting next to Patrick Ponce. He takes it, something happens, you talk to a delegate, I don't realize at the time, but later I'm like, wait, do you take an extra? You asked for an extra? And you're like, yeah. And I was like, no. Definitely not. Do you remember that? Hey, buddy. Can my dog solve a cube yet? No. It's bad. I'm doing 6x6 right now as well, so that average low 3. Hey, you gotta start somewhere. Low 3's not bad. Oh, 111. I felt like that was faster. My last 4, I think, were slow. I had a good... I mean, it just felt quicker than it was. I mean, I can't be that bad at 111. I was cruising, but like it was pretty easy cases though. And then I got a little nervous, so I didn't. I mean, actually, my last 4 were easy too. But then that fumble, fumble, bad. 102 redux only. I thought that was faster. I really fumbled the end. 54 last 4 edges. Oh, 8 sec. Okay, 8-second last 4 edges is fine, but that was a really easy case, so that was a fumble. But, I mean, that's just because I was nervous. Sounds like a skill issue to me. I didn't, like... It's not terrible. I didn't, like, massacre the solve because I was so bad. I was so nervous, but, like, it wasn't clean at the end. But 111.9 with parity. That's fine. Got a sub 120 mean. Alright, I remember losing my 4 and 5 main right before finals. See, it's another example. It's a perfect example where, like... The soft extra ask is because your mental game's a little off, and because your mental game's a little off, you're like, oh, let me just try and get someone else to make up for it. Like, I've definitely had a soft extra ask at a local a couple of times, and like looking back, I'm like, oh, that's embarrassing, Kevin. I can't believe I did that. Like, it's every time I feel like I'm like, oh, maybe I could. It's like always my fault. I'm always like, yeah, but like if we're really on our game, Kevin, like, you should just suck it up, like. I'm talking to myself later. I'm like, it's because like I was having a moment of weakness for sure. If I'm ever thinking about soft extras, it's always because I'm in a moment of weakness. Like, I mean, yeah, it happens to everyone. It's not you're not like some terrible person or a bad cuber because like you had a mental lapse and you felt like you wanted to get bailed out by a soft extra. Like, that's not true at all. It happens to everyone. Like, it's just like. You just gotta be like, as long as you have the self-awareness to later be like, oh yeah, that was on me. That's fine. And like, if it's happening constantly, then yeah, you probably if you're constantly having moments of bad mental game, then you have a bad mental game. But even people that have great mental games flub up sometimes. It's just part of life. All right, 71.96. 119.1 average of 12. For that. Alright, that's not bad. That's not bad. I'm not mad at that. We're not mad. Alright, Gus. Is there any dog hair on this cube? No. Good work, buddy. Cubes are much less nerve-wracking now because, like, all the cubes I have are just FZ versions, stock FC versions from the cubicle. Like, stock cubes, FC with the cubicle. Maybe I put magnets in the corners. And if I messed one up, I could get a new one that feels great working in like a week with shipping. So it's much less nerve-wracking than being like, this is my one golden cube, and if anything happens to it, I'm screwed. Like, these are actually pretty replaceable. Also, why I'm sticking this thing in the robot. I don't know what's going to happen to the cube after like 3,000 robot scrambles. Hopefully it's fine. I got third of this cop this, so maybe your advice helped me lock in. Yeah, we were talking about how, like, thinking about whether or not something is an extra distracts you aggressively. Like, if your mindset is like, I just gotta power through, when an extra-worthy event happens, it'll be obvious. It'll be so distracting. The fire alarm will go off, the lights will go out, you'll be like, oh, okay, maybe I should probably get a redo here. Like, but if you're constantly thinking about what's an extra, what's not, it's so distracting. You just gotta be like, no, I'm here to win. I'm constantly thinking about Gus coming in here and distracting my solve. Buddy. Look at this little buddy. This is his favorite seat. Oh, hi, buddy. Gus, hi, buddy. I know. I took the armrest off the chair because it used to be upstairs in my desk chair, and now it's downstairs to my cubing chair, and I don't use armrest in the cubing chair. And he was like, he likes to sit behind me. He was very confused. Very confused. Like, what is going on? Gus, buddy. Oh, hi, buddy. I know. It's okay. Oh, hi, buddy. Gus, we're still streaming right now. Gus, it's okay. You gotta wait. We're still streaming. Oh, buddy. Gus, I'm gonna hang out with you. Don't worry. We're gonna go hang out later. You gotta give me like another half an hour at least. Can I dog solve a cube? Gus, unfortunately, Gus is a happy guy. Don't know how smart he is. But he's a happy buddy. And that's all you need to do, buddy. Okay, I know someone used to do that. Do what? What did Weston respond to? I forget. Oh, who hurt Kevin? No, I feel great. What do you mean? I'm new to competitive side of cubing, but I'm not slow. Average sub 10 on 3x3 and sub 15 on OH. The mental game is real. Yeah, no, it's hard. It is real. Like even like your first comp, even when you're like brand new, it's like, whoa, this is so different than at home. And like, yeah, it's something you gotta get used to. Going to comps helps a lot. You can replicate this stuff at home, but like, yeah, I think it's it's one of those things that like a lot of cubers don't like to take accountability for, of like their mental game affecting them. It's like they don't like to practice the mental game, so it's easier to not think about it. But like, everyone knows mental game is real. Like, I don't think anyone's ever competed and been like, oh, it's the same. It's like, it's obviously different. And so like, it's a skill that needs to be practiced, and it's just that's just how it works. Bill taught me not to talk to you at a major if there were still 6 or 7 finals left. Yeah, it's pretty fair. That's pretty fair. Yep. Good advice from Bill. Yeah. Just got 16.94 on 3x3. Oh, congrats. Good job. Virtual's fun. I was doing some solves the other day. Like, it's kind of hard. It's like theoretically faster, but like, I don't know about practically. Get a new chair. No. I swapped my chair. This is the Cuban Cave chair now. Like, it's perfect. I'm not getting rid of this chair. It's great. I'm going to wear it out until it dies. Do I think we'll win Nats? I'm going on Maddie this year. I think it released a lot of pressure. Maddie's a very good competitor. And like, I think it's hard to set NAR, which you've been gunning for years, at like 2 p.m. and then have this like emotional release, this huge accomplishment, and then be back up in 3 hours locked in for like, okay, now you got to win Nats. Like, I think it's just hard you don't have a lot of time to reset. I think it's hard. I think actually like it might have, like in terms of purely, I don't think Maddie would change the results. In terms of purely winning nationals, getting NAR in semis might have been made it a little harder just because you're on such a high. And like, what you really need to do is forget that even happened and lock in for finals. And it's just hard to do. And I mean, I don't think he's mad at all about it. He got third. He got his NAR. Like, it's been like such a long time coming. And I think this summer, as the favorite, as the NAR holder, I think he's gonna win. It's just I'm so passionate when I talk about extras. Yeah, because I've been yelling about people. I've been yelling about this for 10 years. But it's so funny. I go to cops and like, it's just kids always talk about the same things. They always say like, I was thinking of making a Tuesday Tips episode about this too, where it's very easy in cubing to like shirk responsibility or accountability for your mistakes. Where like, I see kids talk a lot about, well, I should have gotten this. I should have gotten that. Oh, I failed out of this. Like, how you talk about yourself and your results like affects your mindset. Like, saying like you getting a +2 and you saying I should have gotten a 6 instead of an 8 is a terrible mindset. Like, it removes all accountability from yourself, and just like there's no impetus to change there. You're gonna be like, oh well, next time it won't happen. But it's like, why? You're not gonna make any change. Versus this very similar thing, but very different in the way of like, oh, I got a +2 on this 6 + 2 8. Okay. The mistake was the +2. I have potential to get a 6. I need to focus. The mistake is clear. I analyzed myself. The mistake was obvious, +2. I made it because I was nervous and I fumbled through the end. Okay, we're going to go home. We're going to practice. We're going to count more. We're going to make sure we count our +2s at home. We're going to practice this type of scenario. Like, that can be very productive. It's a similar thing of like, instead of saying, I should have gotten a 6, it's like I had the potential for a 6 if I didn't make this mistake, and I can become a better solver to reduce this mistake. Like, that's super productive. Like, taking accountability for your mistakes and knowing what's going on so you can improve upon them. But I hear so much of like, I should have gotten a 6. Oh, it could have been this. It's like, what are we talking about? If you were a better solver, you would have gotten a better time. Like, that's what I hear. Or like, my BPA was this. I'm like, so you're bad? Like, what? So you didn't do well. Like, the hardest solve is the last one to get the good average. Like, saying I got a good BPA is me. I heard Yeah, I can't do the most important part of getting a good average. Like I think it's funny. I've been starting to say if I hear BPA, I'm like, yeah, and that 6x6 round, my BPA was like 55. Like, man, I was so close to that 55 average. Like BPA 55. Like that's what I hear. Like take some accountability. Like you are in charge of your performance. Like and like I think this is something that's just so naturally understood amongst the people who are very, very good. Like I never hear Taman or Nam or Maddie talk about what they should have gotten or what like they deserved. It's just like you get what you deserved. Oh, I made this mistake. Like this is what I'm gonna do next time. This is how I'm gonna improve. Like this is what's next. Like, and that's like a huge thing that I see cubers being held back by, and that's the thing I always like rag on kids for at competitions of like, why are we talking like this? You should have. Why? Like, what do we? What does should have mean? What does could have mean in this context? Like, there's so much to be gained from knowing your mistakes and analyzing your stuff and knowing why you did bad. But it's not helpful if you're just like, that won't happen next time. It's like, do something about it. Do you know Drew Windham? Yeah, I think you're gonna start making metalcore music. All right, that sounds fun. Maddie has potential for finals performance. Oh yeah, Maddie's a very good competitor. Like Maddie's one of the better competitors. He's not like a mega rock, but like he was top placing US at nationals in 3x3 and 4x4. Did well in 5x5. Like had a great NA All Stars. Like he's a very good competitor. He is like he's in that. He's probably better than Timofey. Timofey's a good competitor, but Timofey does get nervous at the end, and it does affect him. Timon is just like some like miracle man that like likes the energy. See, Timon tells me he's like, okay, yeah, I felt like I was gonna throw up before that 5x5 round, and then I got world record, and I was like, oh my god, yeah, that's what a nice world it must be. Like, but no, Maddie's a great competitor. Like, I think yeah, he'll have his ups and downs, but like, I would not. He's gonna be the most consistent. And like definitely gonna place top 3 of these type of events, I feel like. And I think he definitely, especially now that he will have more confidence, there'll be less it's less of a double pressure trying to get Gnar and win. He already has Gnar, it's just you're here to win. Like I think it's easier when you have one goal and one focus, and so I definitely pick him to win this summer. Oh, what's up, Kaden? Yeah, the pod was great. Dylan and Chris are great hosts. Like I think we have like them especially. I have seen them like get so much better at like just being on camera and talking and being eloquent and like having like explaining their in-depth thoughts. Like they've gotten really good at like their podcasting and their interviewing. Like I was really impressed. Like one of like I've done interviews before and they oftentimes stay relatively surface level, but it was really nice to have like Dylan and Chris know what they're talking about and know how to explain it well and interact with the guest. And it's like I thought it was a great episode. We talked about a lot of stuff, and Chris especially on like 4x4 plus was like really setting me up well to like talk about some of this more in-depth stuff, which I thought was a great combo. As an unk myself, I still get so. Oh wait, thoughts on when the judge is cubing? I start thinking, is this distraction of them asking to stop mid solve? Oh my god, the judge cubing one is so fair, Jasper. Like because it's like in that category of things that like. Judge cubing is like one of those. It's like it's a weird because it's like the judge cubing is like a well-known fact that it is not allowed, and so therefore it falls under like procedural judge error. And so like I'd say it's an extra because like it's so clearly not allowed explicitly. Well, not explicitly, but like it is like universally known the judge is not allowed to cube while you are doing your solve, and because of that. The fact that it's so known and when someone starts doing it, everyone knows that it just is so ridiculously distracting. I'm fine with that. Like you calling extra on that. Cause yeah, I'm in the same exact position where I'm like, this is so distracting, but it's only distracting. It's only distracting. It's like this thing. It's only distracting because I know it's not allowed. Like if it was allowed, it probably wouldn't be that big of a deal when it wasn't as ubiquitously banned. I don't think it was as big of a deal to me, but like it's just so obviously not allowed. And that makes it so distracting. It's like, but like it's not like it's I because it's so clearly like not allowed. I think it falls under procedural error by the judge. So extra. You're not going to have that happen at a major though, at least. So that's not a concern. I still get so annoyed at someone. XXX average out the +2. Oh my god, I know. Like, what are we talking about? Like, The hardest part of getting a good average is the last solve. It only counts as plus 2ing out if it's the last solve or a single. Like, what are we talking? Even like, oh my god, this was like blowing my mind. Okay, so like I saw. Let's go. Let's take a trek on Okay, here. We'll save the last minute 3. This is a great. I like this stream. Oh my god, I'm on encode now. Okay, 1 second. Timon's 100.8 ER 6x6 single, and like, it's a great solve. Like, I mean, he flips in 34, so right on pace. 34 is, yeah, about pacing for sub 1. And like, he has like this huge pause here where he doesn't do much. But like, with that, he gets like, must be like ridiculously easy cases or something. And then he hits 48, 47 for last 4. Then 6 second, and then yeah. So like, it's a great song, amazing solid stuff. And it's like, without the pause, could have been world record. Like, oh, like 5 second pause could have been like 5. Like, could have. It's like, okay, like what are we talking about? Like, he's rolled is like 99th percentile single, and you're like, but what if it was like the 99.999th percentile? Like, what we do? Like, what we doing, guys? Like every solve could be better just because his had like a clear, like just because all of the mistakes or like all of the bad parts of his solve were condensed into one compact part doesn't mean like it was so easy. Like, he's not going to be on that pace. It's like, if you watch a lot of speedrunning, you'll understand this concept where like, it's like, yeah, everything can line up, but like, to get like your best possible, like you have like, you separate the run into different segments and like you have your best possible like add up time. And like, that's just not possible. No one gets that because it's so hard to do everything at once. Like, Timon got 34 second centers here. Like, he's already at like 98th percentile pace here. Like, he's only going to hit 34 second centers once every few months. And now you're like, but what if also, instead of getting really good edges, he got, on top of the 98th percentile centers, he got 99.9th percentile edges. It's like, what? Yeah. What if I just got an LL skip on every solve? Like, that's not how this works. It's so like, cause like, that's like the mentality of like a lot of the younger kids where it's like, oh, but what if? It's like, if you want to get that better time, you get faster to where 34 second centers is now a 60th percentile, or 34 second centers is a 75 percentile time. And then, okay, we're hitting this 3 out of 4 times, or we're hitting this 1 out of 4 times. Okay, that's a lot of times we're hitting this. And now we can reasonably expect at some point we're going to get we're going to get that 75th percentile centers, we're going to get that 85th percentile edges, and we're going to get a 58. Like, that's totally realistic. But being like, what if you just rolled like 1 in 10,000 right here? Come on. Yeah, it's just always, I'm like, it's just like a great solve. Like, and it also takes away from the fact that, like, this is just a great solve. Like, 34 is like very smooth, does not panic. Timon never panics. Like, also, like, obviously, I haven't seen a reconstruction from his angle, but like, knowing Timon, I doubt he just was like fumbling. Like, given how fast the edges were in the context of this large pause, it's probably one of those cases where like everything is kind of already paired up, but it's hard to work out. It's like easy, but it's still hard to work out what you're doing. And Timon's smart enough to pause, do very few moves to get everything. I'd like to see a reconstruction, but like we can watch it a little closer, I guess. But like, it's hard to see. Like, he just rips through these edges as soon as he gets going. Like, and all of a sudden, he has, like, all of them done. Like, nothing happened. He had one edge done. He paused a ton, and all of a sudden, he had all 3. Like, he finished 3. And I was like, I don't know. I just see it from his perspective. But, like, that's indicative of, like, he wasn't just pausing and panicking. He was, like, looking for what he was doing. And so, like, that's also different. Yeah. So, like, this is just a great solve. It takes away from the fact that, like, maybe he was doing something with that time, and, like, that's just part of how he was good in this instance. And then, like, he absolutely crushes it, calm this stuff. Like, unfortunately, like, it'd be nice. Like, it is annoying to, like, this is one of those things where, like, yeah, you can't expect to roll no parity on your best solve ever, but, like, you're like, would have been nice. That one is a little more understandable because it is a pure luck roll. Like, getting PLO parity is a pure luck roll, but, like, at the same time, you can't just be like, You can't just always get no parity in your best solve ever, except for when I did it like 4 times in my career. Oops. I got pretty lucky. Can we get a true? Yeah, but they are kids. Yeah. I mean, the kids like, as like sometimes it's just like, it's not the kids' fault necessarily. Like, it's like no one's fault. The regulations have like the standard for extras just slipped slowly over time to where like it's no one's fault. It just kind of happened, and now we just need to like, we just need it. Just someone like that's what I want to do. Is just like I don't think it's gonna take a lot of effort. We just need someone needs to come in and be like, no, the precedent that's been set is bad. Competing is a skill. Being a good competitor is a skill. This is what we're doing. We're back to here. And I think everyone's will be like, organizers will be like, that's so much easier for us. Delegates, so much easier for them. Competitors will be like, yeah, okay. Like, I'm not good at that, but I guess it's time to start practicing it. So I think it'll be fine. So many people break their own heart from thinking they deserve certain results and not getting it. Yeah, I mean, like, that's what I've been trying to do to myself of like, okay, yeah, like I have, like your average of 12 at home, people think of like as like some metric for how good you should be in comp. But like you gotta have how I'm doing right now on this average is a better metric for like even then it's a little easier. I'm not competing like I still haven't gotten a sub 120 average. I still haven't got a sub 121 average, and I have like many attempts. Like you gotta have having realistic expectations allows you to succeed them as opposed to getting a time that's actually pretty reasonable for you and then always being disappointed. That's a terrible mindset. You're like you're just gonna get more and more negative. It's another hard thing. You like people will say, I have an average of I global this at home. I did so bad. It's like, well, what do you global in comp? Do you practice this? Like, let's have if you have realistic expectations, you can be much happier, and it'll be a positive reinforcement cycle instead of negative. You think sub 2 world record average on 3x3? That seems fast. Maybe sub 3 probably. Sub 2? No, sub 2 average. Yeah, like didn't Jay say like he's never even seen a single like low 2 solve that wasn't like so ridiculously lucky he thinks it can be repeated? I have no idea. I'm not the person to ask. I'm a big fan of your old commentaries on Tuesday Sips and Solve Routine. Give me recent commentaries, especially how Yao compares on big cubes. I mean, this whole video that we're in right now is a good commentary on mentality and stuff. But Yao, I think I like Yao on 4 and 5 for sure. On 6, I think for myself personally and for a lot of people, it's like in a practical sense, it's going to be easier to do because it's more structured. But maybe in a theoretical sense, Redux is still better. And on 7, I can't really see it. Like on 7, I'm like, I still haven't seen anyone 7x7. Like the hours are getting good, but like they work so hard and they try so hard. And Max rolls in and has a mediocre average and still wins. Like, and Max is not the cleanest Redux solver either. Like, I'm like, I just don't see it. But you never know. Reminds me of Faz 583. You were saying it was a shame because they had a counting 6. Okay, but like he couldn't improve that 6, and it's like it's like Felix rolled like on like a crazy good average. The 553 was the one that was like really good for him, right? Like he rolls like 3 amazing solves, and you're like, oh, if you just rolled 4 amazing solves, it's like what are we talking about? This is already like the 99.9th percentile average. Are we annoyed that he didn't get the 1 in 10,000? He only got the 1 in 1,000. Like, come on. How was that San Diego comp? Oh, it was really fun. I had a great time. I was just tired. Like, I didn't do so well. Like, it was mostly, like, the first day I actually felt pretty decent. 6 being first was a bummer because I first solved. The first solve, I made a mistake right out of the gate. I recovered okay. Double parity 127. And then double parity 18, no parity 18. So the 18 no parity is a little slow. And the 127, obviously, a huge mistake. But I was just really tired. I can't travel as well. And, like, just roll out and be in and be up. So like, it's very much like I know what I need to do in the future. Just like hard because being fully rested for these things takes so much logistical planning and time and effort. And like, will I do it? Maybe. But I'm okay with my results taking longer to come in if I have other priorities. But for now, like I know I'm capable of this. I know it's really important for me to be well rested and to feel good and to prioritize this if I want to do really well. So I think my plan, I have some other comps coming up that I'll probably just roll in and chill and see what happens. And I think my plan is for the Big Cubes Montreal comp, which is 3 rounds of 6 and 7, all on the same day. And it starts at 10:30. I think that day I will go full try hard and be like, this is the day we're going to get some results. Like, I am locked in. I am like doing everything I need to do to make sure I feel good. pair good, do good mentally, and try hard that one. I think that's going to be the plan because that seems realistic. Yeah. Oh, right. There we go. Did you think FTL will be officially banned? I have no idea. I have no clue. This poor mindset stuff has been so culturally ingrained in cubing. Oh, yeah, Jasper, can you, like, elaborate some more? Because, like, I'm curious what you mean exactly. Because, yeah, it's just, like, such a common thing. I'm assuming you're saying similar stuff to us, me and Patrick. Are you actually going to Canada this coming Saturday? Yeah, I'll be there. The Pickering comp. When is that Montreal comp? It's, hey, Patrick, where are you living right now? Are you still in Europe? It's the end of April. It's... Just search Montreal on WCA. All right, I'll do a practice solo because I've been out of this session for a bit. This one does not count for my last mean of 3, but like, yeah, it'll be fun. Omar's going, so we got some real speed going. Omar's quite good. Omar's faster. Omar's like faster enough than me now to where like we're not even racing. Like he just like. It's like I don't consider it a race. He's just gonna beat me. But also like a comp like that is very clearly like that. Now if we're talking about like I'm like talking on the stream about time trial comps, like the comp I was really thinking about specifically was the Naperville Mini last June, where it was in a classroom, 30 people. And it was just like no awards, just full like the most just chill, quiet. The organizers were really big on everyone being quiet and like 75% advancement, 3 rounds of 5, 6, 7, like all in one day. It was that was the most like the best like world's prep comp because it was just let's just get here, let's get some. Oh my god, like literally the god last 4 edges, and I don't think I executed them that well. Like this last 4 were I skipped one, and then the other 2 were really because I had the case. What I should have done is it was like that double flip case. It was this case. It was this case, but inner slice on 6x6, and like I didn't do it. Skill issue, really. Okay, you great advice. Wait. Let me go in order. In Ecuador until May, then home on the East Coast for a month, then Netherlands for a month, going to Euros, and finally back home for good. Oh, awesome. Yeah, it'll be great to have you around again. Are you coming to NAC? I don't think I saw you on the sec sheet. Sounds like probably not if you're going to the Netherlands for a month for Euros. Great advice on mindset competing, do more streams. Yeah, I'd like to. Thank you, Caden. Like, I think I just got a lot of hats I'm wearing right now. I love doing streams like this. It's fun. I think I like being on camera. I think, like, not necessarily on camera. I like explaining the thought process behind things. I think also in position as, like, an organizer of big events now, like, I think there's a lot of benefits from, like, I think the extras policy, the actual issue is that the actual issue at the end of the day that needs to be fixed is just having a moment of weakness and asking for a soft extra should not be a DNF. It should just be, you have to deal with it. You just distracted yourself and now you got to deal with it. Like, having it be a DNF is way too harsh. That's not fair. We fix that and then we just tell people that you're going to have to deal with this stuff and it's your responsibility. I think it'll be fine. And it's just mostly a communication thing and a little bit of a policy change. Like, a lot of this stuff is just like making sure competitors' expectations match reality, and as an organizer you have a lot of flexibility as long as like they know what's happening. That's why I was very adamant that we had a policy section at Worlds. It was up like 8 months beforehand. Like there's no excuse. Like you make final at Worlds, you knew in September what you were going to get, and that's like then it's like you can't come to me complaining. I'm like, this is a fair setup. You knew if you had a problem with it, you could have told us forever ago. Like I really like that type of stuff. Oh, this keeps getting pretty nice too. It's not backup. Omar once said in the comp that he rarely practices big cubes. I mean, good for him, I guess. Like, he's pretty good. When people talk about their rounds of comps and all the comments on official solve videos tend to teach keepers to think about results in that way of things not being in your control or expecting more luck. Oh, Jasper, like, completely agree. It's crazy how just, like, people like a lot of the kids that like have poor mindsets just feel very entitled to results that like because the top YouTubers make it look so easy. Like, oh, I just be that, but like it's very very hard work. Like this stuff is all very very hard work. Like I always say like people tend to do bad at their first worlds because it's so hard, and then you come back and practice. Like you could look at me in Vegas in 20. I know this is the most old man story, but you could look at me in Vegas in 2013. And you're like, wow, Kevin made it look so easy. You won all the events. You set a world record. And I'm like, this was so much hard work, especially the mental. Like I crashed out harder than anyone in Thailand, and it was like the most devastating comp ever. And I grinded my ass off, and specifically was practicing for all this stuff and having getting my confidence up, and like going to nationals in 2012 and having a great comp was a huge step. Like this stuff was so much hard work, and like you don't see that, and so like it's not as ubiquitously known. But like yeah, the way people talk about it does not help. It hurts so bad. It makes people feel like how you do is luck based, or like your skill at a competition is luck based, and it's absolutely not. And like that's the thing that like people need to understand more, because yeah, some people are just like crazy naturals of this stuff, which I mean I'm jealous, but like that's not most of us, and you gotta like practice this stuff if you want to really like perform at the highest level. And then yeah, that's what I hear from people all the time when like they compete their first major final. It's like, oh my god, that's so different. And I'm like, yeah. And then even when like you compete at NAC finals and you're like, oh wow, that was so different. And I'm like, wait till you get on that world stage. It is way more different. Like I was always like worlds. I mean, this year especially because of how like just straight up large, how many people there were, like the straight up raw size of the competition. But like, yeah, these things are different. Like I like, it's funny because like at Worlds Finals in 7x7, I was actually the second placing American behind Max, and I'm like, that is the most like they're like, oh, like sometimes we've had nationals be count like Worlds, the highest placing American is the national champion, and I'm like, that would be the most fraudulent like Nats title for me ever, because like there we go. Oh, nice, that was a good one. Oops, did I do it right? I did not do it right. Whatever. I tried. But because like if we ran Nats normally, I get second like never. Like the only reason I beat all of the younger kids is because my goal was to make finals. I'm very, very comfortable on the world stage, especially when I'm like don't have any expectations of doing well. I was just happy to be there, and like the concept of being in front of everyone on a world stage is I'm very familiar with that. And like I said, it's just gigantic advantage. And that's like so I earned my better spot at Worlds Finals, but like dealing with the World's pressure is not part of winning nationals. And so to give me like second place in nationals because I dealt with the World's pressure better would be extremely insincere, or just like not correct relative to like the other kids who like would have definitely or very likely beaten me given like a nationals type environment. Because yeah, like Henry did terrible in that round. Because I got, what did I get? I got 2 flat. Yeah, I was like right on 2 flat. It was 2 double O point something. And then like I beat Jack by like a hair. Henry did not do well. Kate, I don't think did. Oh yeah, Kate did not do well. Kate was sitting next to me, and so like, yeah, like I did fine. I was happy. I was like a little bummed I didn't get sub 2. David holds up his hand and is like, he holds up a 1, and I'm like, oh, I got under 2, nice. And he was like, oh no, you were first because you were the first person to finish. And I'm like, oh, I mean, I guess that makes sense. Sad. I was like, I know I was the first person to finish. I started like immediately. All right, we're gonna finish out this this average here. Now we're back warmed up again. Oh, I'm getting so much better at that. The cycle piece without starting the pieces in like the center slot. All right, now we're ready. I already got the scramble 2. Let's see. right, let's read some more chat. Oh man, so much. The weekend doesn't work for me. Would want to finish. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, unfortunately, it won't be a knack, but we'll miss you. You can tune into the stream. People treat the results as luck based instead of skill based. Yeah, that's the thing that needs to change. It's like, what are we doing? Everyone. That's the thing. Why like everyone. It's a lot of the people that are in that like good but not great range that don't understand this, and those are the ones that like take a lot of extras. And all the people that are in that great range understand that this is a skill and it's something you need to handle. Do you re-upload streams? No, this will probably stay on the list. I'll probably unlist this one. 2011 Worlds was a bit of a throwback. Yeah, I had gotten world record mean was I had world record mean going into that comp, and no one beat it at that comp. It was 202 at the time. No. World record mean was 209. Single was 202. Cheap big cubes. The warrior, the shadow, or the warrior line is pretty good. 3,000 OH solves on my phone. You should probably be doing OH on a stack, Matt. But good job. 130, 140 on solves with the old cube. That old man strength. Oh no, just terrible, just brutalizing my hands. I just don't want to sound narcissist or anything, but not making through RT final in 2018. I was ordering 3 and 81 to quit cubing, and I grinded so hard and won Nats next year. Yeah, Patrick, that's a great, like, how's that narcissistic at all? Sure, I failed Worlds that year, and the Nats win was kind of a gift that Seb threw off Max. I don't even know what my cubing crew would have been like without Baltimore. I mean, like what are you talking about? Like, gift, like, you're saying, like Max got thrown off. Like, that's, like, someone, like, handling the pressure and competing in the final is part of the final, and like Max didn't do a good job handling it and you did. Like that's the game. Like that's completely earned. Like that's like the definition of earned. Like you handled the pressure well and you did well. Like, and like, yeah, that's a common story. Like that's like the good, it's like the bittersweet part of healthy competition is like learning how to deal with failure after something terrible happens, and like you really practice and something goes bad and you miss that final, or you get last place in a world final, and like this stuff is hard, and like being able to like process that well and like have people to support you and come back in a way that's like productive is like a great skill that you can learn in cubing. Now, what's your stance on the first 4 edges now in terms of color choices? Oh, I default to white now. I don't know what the best is, but I default to white because it's easy for me. I remember the Portland Patrick Ponce elevator incident, but I'm not sure. What? I actually don't. By the way, sub 10 OH was set. There we go. Stack mat sub 10 OH. I was gonna say if you're sub 10 OH, you gotta be stack mat, or else like, oof, kind of scuffed. All right, 3 more here. Gus is distracting me. That's good. Good practice. Gus, it's okay. It's not 6. He's at 6. So but like 5:15 he starts getting antsy. Ready. Yeah, we're gonna go yellow.
8 seconds.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. And then
12 seconds.
what? That was a 12? Oh my god. That was a 12? Felt like a 18? It's a 12? Okay. Take a 12. We're gonna pull that one up. What was that? Huh. Alright, let's check it. Center's 16, pretty normal. Oh, I missed the split there, but like, see the half split. Centers were pretty easy. I got in this case, there's a realistically doable tricky case that I can do there. What? Oh wow, 39. Edges were a little. I was panicking a little on edges, but I did calm down and take a break here. Right there, that's the one. Where like, yeah, it'd be better to not have that pause, but that pause, given my mental state, was better. Oh, then I had easy last four. Except I screwed up the last four. That's why I was so surprised. Because I guffed the last four like diabolically hard. It was really easy, and then I panicked into a bad case. Which is surprising that I panicked because I thought I was going slower. Gus, it's not time yet, buddy. Okay, what is the split here? Oh, no! The last four is so bad! Okay, 104. This is no parity, right? Yeah, it must be. Because this wasn't particularly the greatest through either. Yeah. Oh, is this... Yeah. So that doesn't even count. It's standard one parity. Okay. Okay. Nice. Okay, what was it doing? Okay, yeah. So like my dog is the exact same. It is at 6 p.m. too. Yeah, Gus. It's okay, buddy. We're gonna finish this average. We're gonna chat with the stream a little bit, and then we're gonna feed you after you. Everyone loves Gus. We'll show you off to the stream, buddy. You're doing a great job, Gus. You're practicing. I need to practice with distractions. Or maybe it's because Mats wasn't the most ethical mentor. Yo, Isaiah Garrison, thank you. It's been fun. Yeah, Salt Lake was a great comp. I feel like it was extremely uneventful for me in a good way, where like it was just fun. The 12 with parity. I mean, okay, yeah, one of those like pure PLL parity. So like, PLL parity is faster than like E or some of the bad Gs. Like, it's basically no parity. When I see people be like, yeah, that's still my parity too, I'm like, it was pure PLL. That takes 0.9 if you're really fast. That's almost sick. Yeah, I like that one. It was pretty solid, except for the last 4 case. Hi, buddy. This is what he does. Gus, you were fine. 2 more solves. You're being great. Great distraction, buddy. All right. We got our start 112. Oh, shoot. Our mean of 3 right now is... Our rolling mean, 111, 112. If I can just get like a 107... Oh, my God. I had a mean of 3. It was like 107, 118, 107. I was like, you're kidding me. All of my PBs are on Yao except for mean of 3, but it's 112.1. Which the Redux 112, but I don't know, 111.6 on Redux, and that had like 0 out of 6. And the 112.1 on Yao had like 4 out of 6. And I was like, so the quality of solving is my best quality for everything is on Yao, but that Redux one, it's fine. Gus, the extra costume. Yeah. Gus is definitely part of the environment here, though. If you're competing at my house, you gotta deal with Gus. It's part of being good. All right, Gus, you're being great. 118.4 average to 12 mini comp style, like half comp, I like that. I guess we're rolling out of 112, so this will probably be the best one. All right, solve 2. Ready. Oh my God. Yeah. Okay, don't get excited.
8 seconds. 12 seconds.
Yeah, it's okay. Started out. I got a little nervous. Started out. Ha! I think. Let's find out. Never mind. Didn't start out. Maybe I think centers were bad. But I think my crosshead is seeing fast. It was 44 on that going out. Hi, buddy. It's okay. Oh, honey, it's almost time. I have seen Dog Growing us in comp pages before. I'm like having fun with Yao. And for me right now, it's about what I can do long term. And this also, Yao is more sustainable in comp, I think, long term, because it's more structured. And so when you're a little off your game, it's easier. You don't get as thrown off because there's not as much going on. Yo, Arhan, what's up? Gus. Oh my god, Gus, you are just an angel. Gus, it's not time yet. It's not time yet. It's okay, buddy. All right, last one. It's going pretty well. Let's see. Can we lock in our? What do we get? What does this mean at 3? 114.3. That's pretty good. Can we lock in our? Let's see. We're at a comp 112, 118. Can we get a? We can crush this for a good mean at 3 here. What are my Mina 3s here? I forgot to fill in the 4th one. Shoot. What was the Mina 3 after 4? Okay, let me just enter a couple things. Okay. 12 and 18. I forgot to, because I'm counting my Mina 3. 78.73. And this is 72.7, 78.09. Yeah, we're back. All right, here we go. Yo, I'm locked in for Pickering. Be a little early morning, but last solve. Let's see if we get this. Solve 3 at Pickering. Got 112, 118. Let's bring it. Ready. This is...
8 seconds.
Oh, this is annoying. Shoot. This is really annoying.
12 seconds.
And that's how you don't panic. And you bring it home. And you get a little lucky with the no parity at the end, but also it would have clearly obviously been way under 120 even with parity. That's how you do it. What was the opening split? Because it was bad. That was a great practice, like, Mina 3 right there. That's, like, it went really bad. And then I'm just like, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Holy whoa, this was bad. 50! 27 coming home. That's a good mental practice solve right there. Go out in 50. That's great. That's good. 27 afterwards, like, trying to tell myself it's a competition. Going out in 50. Terrible start. Coming home with that 27. Even with one parity. Parity adjusted, that's still a 120, 119. That's a great solve right there. We're gonna do one more meeting because I'm feeling good, and I like think it'd be. The key is I think it'd still be productive, and that's why I'm gonna do one more. Is grinding out solves a good way to get past the big cubes? I mean, to an extent, grinding is important. It's like grinding is an important step in practicing. Like, you need to get reps in on this stuff to even be like, in order to get that at home capabilities, you need to get reps in. So when you see this case, it's automatic and you're not thinking about it. But it's not the only thing to do, for sure. How many 6x6 solves do you think you've done ever? More than anyone in the entire world, I guarantee it. Like, I guarantee, like, tens of thousands. Like, I guarantee I've done more 6x6 solves than anyone in the whole world. Because not only have I been competing longer, I have practiced, like, the entire time, except for, like, 2 years during COVID. And specifically, everyone else, like, I'm the only, like, true grind 6x6 specialist. Like, all the other cubers do the big cubes, and they'll probably split their practice. I, like, practice, like, even in 2013, 2015, like, I was hitting 70% 6x6. And now it's, like, 90% 6x6, like, a lot of solves. Cubers fall into the one more trap, and that's true. And, like, this one I'm only doing because I feel really good. I'm confident I could stop after 3 more. It also looks like I'm rolling out... Oh, and I'm rolling out 24, 22, 19. Let's see what we get this average. Maybe 17. All right, and then it'll be time to feed Gus. Perfect. All right. Solve 1. 16-1 mean at Pickering. Oh, that badass ending. We love that. Oh, hi, buddy. You're being a great distraction. You'll be fed in 20 minutes. Sorry, buddy. I know. Tough life for Gus. It's just a tough life for him. Just toils away. I started 2009. All right, 3. Solve 1. Ready. Put yourself together. Don't. Keep it smooth. Keep it smooth.
8 seconds.
That's okay.
12 seconds. Very solid stuff. I think that was just, I parity adjusted 117, so like, smooth solve, like no notes. I mean, obviously there's a lot to improve always, but pretty par for the course, I feel like the whole way through. Let's just double check the splits to make sure. Yeah, nothing, it's nice having one, like, yeah. And I get a parity adjusted 17, right where we want to be. A little tough on the centers, but yeah, and 43, that is just like, that is the most neutral solve like ever. And 118.1 average to 12. Whoa. And we're rolling out to 22. Alright, we're digging it. Digging it. It's a good session. Average to 5, 115. It's pretty good also. 15, 17, 18, 11, 12, 11, match. Gus. Been cubing, that's before I was born. That's a lock-in after exams are actually very good. Well, we'll see. Hey, me doing well this session right now means nothing. We'll see if I can pull it together at actual competition, because my mental at comps have been... It's not been great, but it's been getting better. It's been getting better. I had to like fully reset how I approached competitions when I came back from COVID, and it's like taken like a few years. So I think it's getting better. I feel good about this year. This cube robot's helping me out. I guess I've done so few solves in like 3 hours. I've been taking like 10 minutes to solve. It's like my hands feel great. It's like, yeah, you've only done 18 solves in the last like 2 hours. All right, 15 lead out. Good start. 2 more solves. Oh, hi, buddy. Good thing you distracted me first, but it's okay. You can keep distracting me. Good practice. Not yet, buddy. Not yet. Ready. Yes, I'm busy.
8 seconds. 12 seconds.
Yeah, that was really bad. Oh, okay, that's a sign. Well, we'll finish it out and that'll be it. But oh, I was rolling the 22. No. Oh well, lost the 117. 18 out of 12 on that style is great. Like, oh yeah, I think that whole solve is just a train wreck. Let's flip here. I could have brought it back. Flip was 48, so like if I had, it was just a train wreck. So like, I'm gonna now it's like now it's time to stop. I'll do one more. We'll lock in. We'll try and get this sub 120 average still. Like, we just need like right now we need we need sub 117. Very doable. One more solve. Every solve can be an opportunity to learn. Every solve you can learn something. Honestly, like if I was a little more locked in, I should look at that whole solve as a whole and really see what went wrong. So we don't do that in comp. But yeah. Gus is 5.5 now. 5 1/3. I was gonna say Gus directed me to start, but that's not like the Gus distraction maybe caused a quarter of a second, and then my brain caused 10 seconds. Skill issue. All right, last solve, and then Gus will eat. Oh, I still got 14 minutes. He eats at 6 on the dot. I'm a very precise guy. Gus, you're distracting me. I gotta make it through the stream without extras. Wait, it says 117.9 on my screen for 117.9 average to 12. What? Oh, I changed my average to 12 to cut out the top 2 and the bottom 2. That's why. So almost. No, guys, sorry. Ready.
Eight seconds. 12 seconds.
Yeah, it's a little slow. But State of the No parody, I did okay at the end, but I think now I'm getting a little tired. But I'm gonna do one more on this one to solve it out. Just because I don't like that last one. A little bit. Okay, one more. I'm gonna get my mentals be great, except for this one solve. One solve. I realize this is the most relatable part of the stream. Kevin can't stop.
8 seconds.
Oh no. Oh no, Kevin. Okay, one more. Shh, don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone. Have I ever sneezed in an official solve? No, I don't think so. I really don't think so. Okay, ignore the one more, but you know, good session, good session. Look at this. 18 solves, mean of 18, 118. Actually, that's quite good. We're happy with that. All right, Gus, this is it. For glory! Ready. Gus powered. It's a Gus powered solve. This is not a good one. It's okay. We don't need a good scramble because we are a good cuber.
12 seconds.
Again, of that. Gotta be kidding me. That was actually a fine solve otherwise. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. We'll do one more. That's it. Oh, that's pretty funny. That's actually funny. Oh, okay, buddy. I know, guys. Don't worry. We're still not late. We're still not late. Last one. Right. Right. Keep it relaxed. Always a good opportunity to practice. Ooh, whoa. Okay. What are we doing for this one?
8 seconds. 12 seconds.
Oh my God, Kevin. Okay, now we're just doing bad. Okay, last one. It's so weird. It's like mental game is important. Last one. It's like mental game is really important. Huh, so weird. Who would have known? Who would have known? Gus, it's still not time yet. You got 2 minutes left. You gotta wait. Buddy, you gotta wait. You gotta wait. I know, buddy. Okay, we're gonna do this last one. I'm gonna show you the stream, then we're gonna go. And we're gonna hang out. Okay. Right.
8 seconds. 12 seconds.
There we go. I didn't do the... I don't know, actually. What do I do for... I never get H for some... What do I do? I do M-Slice on 6? Oh. Okay, buddy. Come here. Come here, Gus. Gus content time. Oh, honey. I know. Okay, Gus. I know. Look, he's so mad at me. He's so angry. Look at him. If that... Gus, are you angry? He looks angry. He's very angry. I know, buddy. It's not 6 yet. It's right on time, okay? I know, Gus. It's a tough life for you. It's a tough life for Gus. Just hard times, right, buddy? Don't worry. We got you. Oh, hi, buddy. So funny. All right. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. I'll probably keep this one unlisted, or maybe I'll just keep it public. We'll see. Yeah, good conversation. Yeah, I think the extras thing will be pretty chill going forward. I think just having a sharp policy, like general, it's all like discretion, just like having the general status quo shift to being like extras are not really a thing unless extreme circumstances, and then having better ways to request them if you have the capabilities with competent, or not even competent, I mean like with experienced volunteers. Yeah, it'll be fun. Then yeah, hopefully this comp this weekend goes well. But I'll be back. Probably won't be streaming for a while. Definitely not for a while. I got crazy busy next few months, but I got other stuff going on, so I'll be around. Thanks.